and I'm lazy. So
You want me to make
that's
one?
all it is. You don't have to if you want to go for it. I give you full permission. I just
I can make
I'm
like
so
a simple
fucking
one in
lazy.
InShot. It's not gonna be like little
Alright.
simple intros. Like, yeah.
Get rid of that. This fucking I fucking hate this computer. Alright. Well, we're live now. Um Hello to the people that might not be coming in till like later. Don't know. Dragon seems to be dead because he ain't answering. So it's just the two of us, and a lot of the people that will be listening to this later. Just so you know that Steve has had a little, was gonna say incident, but it's not really a fucking incident. One of his family members passed away, so it's probably gonna take a while for him and Megan to upload anything. Which kind of sucks. You know, he confused the fuck out of me freaking 3 times on Facebook, and I'm just like, is it your brother that I didn't know you had? Is it a cousin? Like, huh? Finally cleared things up.
Yeah, that's kind of like colloquial usage, like little bro. Like even like some of like our friends on YouTube might like call each other that and stuff. Like it doesn't necessarily mean brother. Like it's like bro in like the California sense. Like people just call each other bro. It could it
Yeah,
doesn't
I
even you don't even
was
have to
like
be
so
related.
confused. I was like, damn it, Steve, make up your mind. Um, alright. Yeah, so I was supposed to do this stream fucking Monday, but it was already bullshit from somebody who makes me want to bash my brains in. So, we're doing it today, because why the fuck not? Now I'm very curious, because I feel like my mom and I have heard this story from like a different video, but I guess we'll find out. With his loud
And just
ass
so you know, I
intro.
actually got my I just got my notification for this stream. So yeah, that's a plus.
That's the first.
Yeah.
Like, oh, while you're on stream, let's give you the notification. When you're not on stream, it just says fuck you. I feel like that's how YouTube is now. It's just like, cool. Alright. Be prepared for his loud ass intro like he always has. God. I forgot, it's not just a loud intro, it's a intro that makes you wanna like, I don't know, go fucking dizzy. He needs to not do that. Forgot that he even existed. It's been a while.
Maybe if there was more of like a fade in or something, that scream is a little obnoxious though. Just a little bit.
The scream, yeah, but also it's like the shaking part, just like every time we've done this, I'm just like, am I getting dizzy? Like, what the fuck?
Actually, I think it's good. It's just like when it comes on, if you don't know who like the hosts are, you expect to see like some like like gothed out like edge lord once they come on screen or something. And it's just not.
Yeah. Now, those of you that weren't here in the last freaking stream, Steve decided to do a long ass fucking episode that I feel like took too long to review. He did a 1 hour and 5 minute fucking episode, which was a bad idea. And it took me and Dragon almost like 3 hours to actually fucking review it. Because, well, it's Dragon. He doesn't know how to shut the fuck up half of the time.
Sidebar conversations, yeah. Love it.
Yep.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to For the Booze.
For the Booze.
That's right.
We are back for another week following Halloween.
Yes.
We took a week off.
Yeah.
Because Halloween is it's the biggest time of year for the podcast.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely.
a lot went into that one. And hopefully on this one, you're going to notice a difference.
Yes.
I'm hoping.
Hopefully.
But we are going to take our first trip into paranormal adjacent. It's
I'm so excited.
It's going to be some true crime mixed with some paranormal down the road.
I love paranormal, but let me tell you, I love true crime
Yeah.
so much more.
We've said it on the show before.
I love true crime. Like, I am one of those weirdos that will listen to it to fall asleep
Yeah, I do it. I listen to it in the shower while I'm cooking.
all the time. It's so crazy. And then we'll sit and watch TV, and we're like, let's find a crime to watch.
Yeah.
Interrogation videos, something,
If you see me looking off to the side, I'm sorry. There's another computer over here now.
Yes.
I'm trying to monitor what we're doing. But we are going to, for our very first one, we are going to travel to Florida. Not that far from where we once lived.
This is true.
And we're going to talk about the killer cop, Gerard John. What's his name again? Schaefer. Gerard John Schaefer.
Okay.
I don't know why he's got to have the middle name in there, but and he is a bad man. This is going to be, it's going to be a rough one.
Yes.
I'm not going to lie. It is
Yes.
going to be a rough one. Some of these things are going to have to be censored for the video.
Yep.
So
And it's also a big one.
yeah, this is going to be our first, I think, 3-part.
Yeah. Just for this. Just
so
for this guy.
that's right.
Right here.
So this first one's we're gonna get into this. It's gonna be the kind of the start of. We're gonna go to the beginning of his life. We're gonna work our way through.
Okay.
We're gonna go beginning of life, crimes, and then the paranormal tie-in at the end. So it's
Oh my
really
God.
cool. It's down in Port St. Lucie, which I mean, we didn't live in Port St. Lucie, but we lived close enough.
Like
Yeah.
an hour and a half, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And I just don't know how more people don't know about this case, because it is, when I started looking into this, I had to write down some things that even I was like, oh, whoa.
Really?
Yeah.
Alright, look who's fucking alive. Dragon's finally awake. Fucking hell. Of course, as
good
we
morning, Dragon.
start. Yeah, of course, as we fucking start a goddamn stream, he's like, yes, because I spanned his ass. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Hey. Never responded till fucking now, you dipshit. Fuck. So now we're gonna have his ass.
As far as that
in
name
there.
thing he's talking about, there's some list of there's some list of famous killers, and there's something about the 3 name thing, because there's not all of them, but a lot of them. There's John Wilkes Booth, John Wayne Gacy. There's a few of them that are like that.
Yeah, you're not wrong on that. I feel like every time we do review on any of these episodes, they're always like, oh, this is a big one. This is, he's a bad man. It doesn't matter because I feel like every person or everything that they've created as an episode is always bad. So it makes no sense. Yep. We're gonna wait for Dragon, I guess, then. Oh shit.
All right, I'll be right back in just a second.
No, yeah, you're fine. How the fuck is Matt awake? So mad confused, but okay. See if Dragon fucking responds to that. To be honest, that knocking sounded so fucking real that I almost looked over there to see, like, someone knocked on my fucking door. Like a fucking dummy. That can go over there. It's like 1:21 for Dragon, so he shouldn't be this fucking late. Like he always is. You are nearly not fucking awake. How? There he is, as you got some weird camera thing going on. There we go.
I'm naked.
Mm.
I apologize. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
what the hell is so damn important? I was in the middle of something.
We're doing the live stream episode.
Ah! Go for it.
I was like, hey, what are you doing? Hey, like, where the fuck you at?
Wow! This is the first time ever of like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Like, why you not
Because
responding?
I
Okay,
fucking told you of what we were doing already.
yeah, I'm taking my sweet time.
Mm-hmm.
Please, you cannot rush perfection. Dumbass bitch.
You tell me I cannot rush to twat of a dragon?
Axie, you my boss, so you the trot, you.
How am I the fucking twat? I was expecting you to show, like, fucking actually respond, but you never responded yesterday.
Because I was taking a nap. My time zone is different from you, woman.
Boy, you're a fucking.
Voice is gone.
That's because I think his phone just kicked him out again. Either that or his
Voice
earbuds
gone.
must have kicked him out. He will be back anyway. He was putting laundry in. You're 1 hour behind me.
Yeah.
So
The
it's
man.
not like you're fucking 12 hours behind and you weren't gonna look at the messages.
Yeah. I just looked down at like, what she want now? She's crazy. Like, she's some reason now messing me.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Not in that fucking way.
Please.
I'm not
no.
gonna freaking. I ain't gonna freaking tell you of what you missed already, so suck it.
It's fine. I can just look on the Killer Cop Gardens Inn. It's something. I can look on YouTube.
But we already played the fucking video. like,
Fashionably late as usual.
what- For real.
Like,
Nice try. Excuses,
To
excuses.
be fair, I think we did start earlier than we planned to, so.
Yeah,
no
that
shit.
is true, but still.
I was completely in that thought, and like, okay, it's gonna be sometime later today. Okay, I have a proper time to do stuff. And then I see your message on my phone, like through my notification. I'm like, what the hell? Like, type it. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Hey. Like,
I told you yesterday. Of
you're again, or
fucking
come
Jesus
back a
Christ.
child. What happened here? I don't understand of this at all. And I kind of like slowly, like, all right, is this crazy child up to? What happened? Like, all right, here we go.
Really?
And then I see like
I'm the
my
child.
boy in this call. Like, I remember now. Like, we need to be in here. Like, not now. Like, later today now. But someone, cheeks, tell me later. Like from 2 days ago or something shit.
I told you fucking yesterday and you never responded.
I never get that notification.
Well, that's your own problem, not mine.
He's just pissed because I'm telling the truth.
No, you're just fucking late as usual.
Uh-huh.
And that's just in this first part. And
Wow.
he does some really, really bad stuff.
See, I don't ever remember learning or hearing about him, but the place that this ties into, I've definitely heard of
Yeah.
that growing up in Florida.
Oh yeah.
So I am very excited.
It is going to get rough.
I say excited, but like don't take that the wrong way.
It's going to get rough. I don't know what else to say. I'm trying to like put it out there enough so that way, like, don't listen to this with kids. Don't watch this with kids. Like the stuff we're going to talk about is,
Yes.
it's pretty bad.
Very earmuffs.
Hmm.
Earmuffs for the
Or-
littles
or
if
for your
you're
grandparents.
going to be listening to this around them.
Are we gonna get in trouble of listening to this shit?
No, this channel does not have that disclaimer on
Wombat.
all their videos.
Wombat.
Yeah, you're kind of roboting a bit.
Holy crap.
Uh-oh.
It's the Wombat. Oh, hell, the Wombat.
Jesus Christ, he's not gonna let this go.
No, I'm not.
I know you're not gonna let it go. I know you too fucking well.
Hey, thank goodness we're not meeting in real life. Or else I'm gonna call you. Like, oh look, it's the growth woman.
Fuck you, asshole.
Actually, you said
God.
but I say that to my mom. Like, oh, look,
Uh-huh.
all its species. But I said with the pride for my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My mom is the best.
I would love to have a little conversation with your mother someday.
Denied. That's gonna be hell on earth. Denied.
No, it won't. It would be great between me and your mother.
I denied. I'm scared. Because I'm kind
Aw,
of
you
worried of
scared?
she don't mind of cousin, but she do not like cousin. Like she will accidentally
Mm-hmm.
don't cut in front of your mother. Like, I can't. It's a slip out like 50 different times. Is that my
Which is why I would love to have
Can
a
you hear me now?
little conversation.
yes when you can now.
Yes.
That's why I said no. Do it. No.
But I say yes.
I say no.
Fuck you. I don't care. I say yes.
Listen
Deal with
here,
it.
female bitch. No in hell are you gonna say mama.
Are you fucking that scared right now? Because I could
I'm
hear it in
scared
your
to
voice.
spill the beans of my whole secret. My more of my secret. I'm more
Sucks to
terrified.
be you.
See, we truly spilled whole beans of my whole name, like identity. So no, thank you.
Sucks to be you.
I will murder you one day. I
So,
don't care. I get
let's
blood
get
on
into
my
this.
hands.
Okay, let's do it. I'm so excited.
The 1960s and 70s in Florida were a real defining time for the state. Florida's tourism increased after 1965, partially due to the construction of NASA's command centers across Cape Canaveral, Titusville, and of course Merritt Island in 1961.
All places we lived.
Oh yeah,
Is that
Super
English?
I
close
mean,
to.
I used to work out there.
I know.
We take
In
great breaths,
1964, tourists were able to drive around Merritt Island on Sundays, and by 1966, tours of the facility were offered. Approximately 1 million people traveled to the area in July 1969 to witness the space launch that took Neil Armstrong to the moon.
Yay.
Big time for Florida. They still
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Disney World was opened in 1971, and Florida became a theme park capital with small roadside attractions with larger theme parks.
Is a tribute to the philosophy and the life of Walter Elias Disney, and to the talents, the dedication, and the loyalty of the entire Disney organization that made Walt Disney's dream come true. May Walt Disney World bring joy and inspiration and new knowledge to all who come to this happy place. A magic kingdom where the young at heart
Sit
of all
down.
ages
Big, cute
can
heart.
laugh and play and learn together.
What the fuck are you on about, child?
This is the opening of Disneyland or Walt Disney location. I went
Yeah.
there as a child. Everyone went there as a child. It's amazing and a fun place. You can go there and have fun with your families or your cousin. Even famous movie actors, family TV show went there.
Mm-hmm.
So again, this is the most famous location, but I'm surprised even hearing this stuff. I did not know this was a killer cop guard who killed people here. So big shock.
Well, that's named Gerard.
Draw. Huh. Interesting, creepy, crazy.
It's a 3 named person. I can
Can I stop going over there? Are you okay?
Dedicated this 25th day of October, 1971.
La, la, la.
Some of the smaller attractions included Weeki Wachee Springs, Cypress Gardens, and Silver Springs.
I have been to 2 of the 3 of those.
We lived
Mhm.
across the street from Silver
Silver
Springs.
Springs, yes. But
Which-
I've been to Weeki Wachee Springs.
I've been to Weeki Wachee. I've been to
Yeah.
Cypress Gardens too.
I don't think I've ever been.
I've been to
Cypress
all
Gardens.
of these.
I don't know. I probably did. I just don't remember.
I grew up going to Silver Springs. I
Yeah.
mean, I have memories of getting a girlfriend in middle school at Silver Springs, like way back in the day.
I'd never been until I moved there and met you.
It's fun. It was right next
Mhm.
door to Wild Waters.
Yes.
Now, Florida was also a major battleground for the civil rights movement. And in 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. and other civil rights leaders supported integrationists in St. Augustine, where they staged nonviolent demonstrations at segregated beaches and pools.
Dr. King, meanwhile, together with 4 close aides, had moved his personal campaign to America's oldest city, St. Augustine in Florida. The town was a stronghold of the Ku Klux Klan. Many of its members had been sworn in as special deputies by the sheriff, an outspoken segregationist. For King, that made it a perfect place from which to keep the struggle on the nation's television screens and ratchet up pressure on Washington.
I've just returned from the east, from New England. I had a chance to talk with many people, some of whom are considered some of the very outstanding leaders and people of our nation. I believe that I was uttering the truth when I said to them that the Negroes of St. Augustine, Florida, and those that have come in from other communities and their allies in the white community are determined to march the streets of this city until the walls of segregation come crumbling down.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Martin Luther King came to Florida to fight for, black rights and stuff.
I don't think any of it obviously should have ever happened in the first place, but
Oh, I
good
mean-
on him for like visiting specific places and things and like kind of going all over
Why?
and talking about
Why
and
you put this stuff in?
doing all his preaching.
Where are you going
That's-
with this?
I don't know.
The night.
I'm sorry, but that's a Steven move. He's always doing something like that.
I'm just wondering how the hell he get all this stuff.
Yeah, that was bold.
Yeah. That was definitely bold. He's always doing it. I'm just like, I was trying so
I'm
hard to
surprised,
keep
he
my
just
laughing.
haven't-
There has times that he would do something in the episode and his wife would be like, bitch, the fuck. It's fucking great. I kind of figured
I'm just,
something was gonna
I'm just
happen.
surprised he's not even dead. I'm not surprised.
You know
I'm surprised
what?
He's not dead.
I do agree with that because there's been actually more than once he's done something like that, and I'm just like, how are you not fucking like dead in your sleep yet? Like,
How you
what?
alive?
Like, I can't. I fucking can't.
And how the hell you're not dead? Like, it doesn't make the sense. Like,
He's
she's-
thrown
she's
her
just
under
right
the
next to
bus
you.
before, so. Although, and then she ended up throwing
I'm-
him under the bus back, which was entertaining.
Okay, you have to. You truly have to. Like, if you ever meet
Yeah,
him
she
again,
probably gets him back at home. That's it.
Probably.
Alright. Roll the clips of this greatest entertainment.
1960s and 1970s saw a large influx of Cuban immigrants
Hey,
to
bro,
Miami,
what kind of
which
snack
began to
do you
take
have
on a
over there?
Latin American character. So the state really started to grow at a rapid rate. But today's story takes place in the small area of Port St. Lucie. It's at the time, it was a very small area.
Yeah, because
It's not now.
It's not now.
It's grown a lot. But
yeah.
the case that we're going to talk about, when it's very small. It's a very small town.
hmm
It hasn't grown yet.
Wow.
It is believed that the name St. Lucie was first introduced to the area by the Spanish. And in 1565, Fort Santa Lucia was built by the Spanish at the Jupiter Inlet. And construction for this fort began on December 13th, the feast day of the Roman Catholic Saint Lucia. I think it's Lucia.
Okay.
Now, Pedro Menendez de Aviles established a colony in 1567 called Santa Lucia, somewhere between Vero Beach and Stewart. Now, old Spanish maps identify the area as Santa Lucia. The current St. Lucie County was known as East Florida in 1810. In 1821, the area was renamed St. Johns County, and St. Johns was split into several counties in 1840, and this area became Mosquito County. 10 years later, the Mosquito County area is slashed into 2 new counties, and the area becomes St. Lucie for the first time.
Wow. Mosquito County.
Mosquito
How
County.
fitting.
Could have just been the state.
Yeah, 100%.
30 more years pass, and in 1880, the borders were again changed, and
I
it
hate
became Brevard
mosquitoes.
County, which I didn't know.
What?
Now, on July 1st, 1905, St. Lucie County, Florida, is established with Fort Pierce as the county seat, and portions are stripped away over the years. First in 1917, Western Acres are taken away to become Okeechobee County.
What?
I did not know this
Wow.
went down like this.
No.
There's a lot of back and forth going on.
I know like all the places being named.
Yeah, well, I
for
mean,
sure.
we definitely know these areas.
Right.
But the way we know them are not the way they were.
No. And I never realized that.
Me either.
Wow.
In 1925, a northern chunk of land is removed and becomes Indian River County, and the southern part of St. Lucie, as well as a portion of Palm Beach County, become Martin County that same year. Now, Fort Pierce, Stewart, and Vero were distinct, mostly self-contained communities linked by US 1 and the high school football team rivalries. Now, vast amounts of undeveloped land lay between each city, and since the Turnpike and I-95 were still on the drawing board, there wasn't much commuting. The only region residents considered themselves to be part of was South Florida for those in Martin County and East Central Florida for those in Indian River County. And Fort Pierce, a retail hub that attracted shoppers from Vero. Now, Port St. Lucie, now the most populous community in the region, had barely a subdivision or two in the early 1960s. It had been rumored for years that there was sunken treasure off the coast, and occasionally you'd hear of a beachcomber finding a gold coin or two after a storm. Then, in the 1960s and 70s, organized and well-equipped treasure salvers started finding huge amounts of gold and silver, and they would bring it up from shipwrecks of a fleet of Spanish galleons that sank in a hurricane in 1715.
1715.
Now, I wasn't alive for any of this, but I have heard these stories.
No
That's cute.
shit, you weren't alive for the fuck. I can't.
Don't know.
Well, I think he's talking about the 70s, but
Yeah, I just find it fucking funny. He's like, no, I wasn't alive when with any of this. No shit, Sherlock.
None of us were
Like,
alive.
well, I mean, you know, he could pass for being old enough to live the 70s, you know. So
yeah.
Or
That
he's a
is
secret
true.
as a vampire.
I'm not sure how old is he.
How old is he?
Fuck, I think he's like close to the same age as my mother. Like 40 something.
He's a vampire. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
If he's a fucking
Yeah.
vampire, he will come
Close
after
there.
your ass and bite you in the ass.
Luckily, I don't invite people to my household.
See, I was born in the 80s, but I don't remember the 80s because I was like 2 years old and it was the 90s. So.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Do you mean that sound like you black out from the next day? Like, oh look, it's not the 80s no more. Cool. Hey, what? How you
Basically, yeah.
That's the same thing
Yeah,
for me.
sounds
except I
about
fall
right.
asleep. Like, what day is it? Like, what time? Like, where am I?
Hey, I found out the other day that one of my coworkers that works in the dairy section, he's like, oh yeah, I'm 25, and I'm like, huh? How are you the same age as me? Because you look like you're like 30 and he got like hurt by that.
And I'm like, huh?
Some people age better than others.
That's true, actually,
Yeah,
because a lot of people
that is true.
look young. Now, how you look young? I don't do nothing. Now, I just sleep good. Now, I don't drink any like alcohol, take drugs, and everything else. I just drink like soda juice. That's my
Hey,
main drinks. I don't drink
I-
alcohol.
I remember one of Jess's groups fucking said to me, how old are you? And I'm like, and I told them my age, and they're like, you're this age? I thought you were 35. And I'm like, oh, cute, thanks. Fucking, it's like a slap in the face.
Well, you
Fuck
do
off.
look at 35 though. Love you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
don't
you
think so.
sound like you're 12. But okay.
Well, because I liked at my own age whatever I want.
I know you keep saying that.
Well,
Don't
it's
be
true.
a Chelsea, damn it.
No, Chelsea worse. Chelsea dress up for cat. I don't do that.
You don't even know half of it. So I'm just gonna
No,
continue with
but you
this.
sound like
Race
everyone.
Absolutely.
'Cause this is
Absolutely.
a few years. Actually, not really all that long before I was born, but it began with Kip Wagner's Real 8 Company and Mel Fisher's Treasure Salvers Enterprise. A gold rush was on, and the sleepy communities of Vero, Sebastian, Fort Pierce, and Stewart were transformed. It wasn't long before folks started calling
just-
the region the
one
Treasure
thing-
Coast. That
Did he say that first company was called the Real Ape Company? Because I swear that's what I heard.
Wait a minute. Now I want to go back to that.
in 15.
17, 15.
Now, I wasn't alive for any of this, but I have heard these stories before.
Absolutely.
'Cause this
Absolutely.
is a few years. Actually, not really all that long before I was born, but it began with Kip Wagner's Real 8 Company and Mel Fisher's
That sounded like
That's
ape.
it, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
What the
Real
Oh
Ape
my
Company.
god. Both of them are the same.
I'm fucking dead.
Plot twist.
Dun dun dun. Now you know where ape came from.
He is the same clone. Oh no.
Treasure
Oh, that's
Salvers
precious.
Enterprise. A gold rush was on, and the sleepy communities of Vero, Sebastian, Fort Pierce, and Stewart were transformed. It wasn't long before folks started calling the region the Treasure Coast. That's why they call it that.
Stop.
I knew I was going to blow your mind with that.
What?
I know it. Yep, that's why they call it the Treasure Coast.
I had no idea.
I didn't either.
I never put those two together. Wow.
I know the Treasure Coast,
Right.
obviously, but I never knew why it was called. I just thought it was like, oh, it's a beautiful place to live.
And we knew people found a bunch of gold and all kinds of things and
Yeah,
shipwrecks.
but
and,
people find gold in Florida all the time because of the old Spanish wrecks. I mean, I've heard of this one in particular,
yeah,
but I never really put the two together that is why they called this area the Treasure Coast.
blew my mind.
Like
Wow.
with our area, we'll get into it, but they go into that too. Now, Ed Register of Fort Pierce was executive director of the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce from 1962 to 1967. He says he has no idea where the idea for the Treasure Coast originated. Quote, it's just kind of evolved, he said. Now, Pam Cooper, Florida history and genealogy librarian for the Indian River County
That's wild.
Library, has a
That's
large
wild.
collection of local historical records at her fingertips. Quote, there's no definitive source saying who named it the Treasure Coast, she said.
Just kind of,
It just evolved. It just
Here
came out
it
of
is.
nowhere. People just came up with it.
here we are. That's
So-
pretty cool.
During this time, the Treasure Coast was booming. Growth was happening and tourism had started to really take off due to it was a modern gold rush,
Mhm.
really. Meanwhile, about 20 years before this, a man would be born that would forever change the area of Port St. Lucie forever.
Dun, dun, dun.
And he did. It's bad. We're going to get into Gerard John Schaefer.
The fuck sound was that, Megan?
I was not
I'm
gonna
so-
comment, but now you did. What happened?
That sounded like she was fucking like constipated and she was trying to like not shit herself.
I'm trying not to take a shit here.
I'm sorry, but it wasn't it the last stream that we did too that she made some weird ass noise?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what we said, but I
I
think it's
already
between
forgot
the
too.
line of like, what the fuck did I? Why? Why?
It would be funny if, because he has a soundboard, right? Like if when she does a sound effect like that, he like leaves her part in, but then puts the actual sound effect, like play it over that. You know, like that would
Oh
be
my
funny. I don't know.
god.
You could be right. Oh my god, why we did not think of that?
I don't know, but that would be actually kinda really fucking hilarious.
Oh my god. We were dumb as
I'm gonna warn
hell.
everybody one
Why
last
we
time.
didn't think of this?
Mm.
Even some of the
Listen.
stuff in his origin story is pretty bad.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
They said yes.
Okay, good.
Now,
Let's go.
Gerard John Schaefer Jr. was an American murderer and suspected serial killer, known as the Killer Cop, the Hangman, and the Butcher of Blind Creek, who was convicted of the 1972 murder and mutilation of 2 teenage girls in Port St. Lucie, Florida. He is suspected of up to 26 further murders. Gerard was described by prosecutor Robert Stone as, quote, the most sexually deviant person that he had ever encountered.
Ew.
Schaefer became known as the Killer Cop because he was a sheriff's deputy in Martin County, Florida at the time of his initial arrest. He was a police officer.
What a jerk. And I bet he got away with doing a lot of things because of that.
Honestly, his span was not that long.
Uh-huh.
It seems like they caught him pretty quick if he only did the 2. I'm just saying.
If.
He also became known as the Hangman due to his favorite practice of binding restrained women to trees with a hangman's noose around their neck prior to their torture and murder.
Oh.
Now, Gerard John Schaefer Jr. was born on March 25th, 1946 in Neenah, Wisconsin. He was the first of 3 children for Gerard.
Okay, I get that he was born, but do you have to show a woman giving
Yeah.
birth?
I was gonna say we could have done without that visual.
I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Just to belabor the point, yeah.
It went from showing or talking about how he hung fucking people to a woman giving birth. The fuck does that have to do with anything?
Well, you know, he was born just like every other person on Earth, you know.
Unfortunately.
From his mom's
yeah.
vagina.
Yep. Probably too big. Probably has a big ass head. Shut the fuck up.
Gerard and Doris Schaefer, describing himself in later life as the illegitimate product of a, quote, forced marriage.
And he knows this because
You'll find out.
okay.
His family's really messed up.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Now, I'm going to put up a picture of him right now. This dude looks like he looks like a nice guy.
Okay.
If you pass this dude on the street, you would wave back and say hi.
Creepy.
It's very weird.
I think that's like
The weirdest.
the creepiest.
That's the worst kind of people.
And yeah, because like everybody, he's got one of those just trusting faces.
Oh, he
and, like,
does.
Could probably just like pull off this innocent.
And when he's younger, he's not like a bad looking guy.
Mhm.
And he looks like a very friendly person. And I feel like I just feel like it's worse.
Right.
His father did well as a traveling salesman for Kimberly Clark, soon moving the family to an affluent suburb of Atlanta, Georgia. There, young Gerard did well at Marist Academy. It's a Catholic parochial school.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. Some might say Schaefer's early life was, quote, idyllic. But Schaefer didn't feel that way. He recalled that his parents never had a good relationship, and his father was, quote, always critical, and his mother, quote, always on my back to do better. But I feel like a lot of people were back then.
Yeah, back then, and I feel like it was worse. But honestly, that's what parents are supposed to do.
No, take it back.
Oh, maybe not these specific parents and
Take
the
it
way
back.
that they did things. I'm just saying, like,
Everybody remember Megan's stance on this before we move forward.
I'm not talking about them specifically. I'm talking about being parents. So
Yeah.
you're just going to let our kids go and do whatever the hell they want to do just because with no guidance whatsoever.
You know, Schaefer later described his childhood as, quote, troubled and turbulent, largely due to frequent family relocations, his father's alcoholism, and his father's frequent verbal abuse of his wife and children. Although the Gerard Sr.'s occupation resulted in his being frequently absent from the household, he had a difficult relationship with his oldest son, who resented his frequent belittling of him. And because of this, Schaefer was very close to his mother, who was extremely protective of her children. Gerard Sr. was also said to heavily favor his daughter, Sarah, which made Gerard John, quote, want to be a girl. Those are his words.
Oh,
It was at this time in his life that he admitted to having thoughts, quote, I wanted to die, Schaefer told a psychiatrist. I couldn't please my father, so in playing games, I always got killed. He's very young at this point. He's like maybe 8.
oh my.
As a child, Schaefer preferred outdoor activities. As a young boy, he had developed an interest in nature. His primary interest as a teenager included collecting guns, hunting, and fishing, activities that he and his father occasionally pursued together when his father was at home. At the age of about 12 or 13, he, quote, discovered women's panties and began to masturbate while wearing them. He also practiced masochistic bondage. Quote, I'd tie myself up to a tree, struggle to get free, and I'd get excited sexually and do something to hurt myself, unquote.
Oh.
These are his words from an interview.
Mm.
Soon the violent images turned outward. Quote, I would fantasize hurting other people, women in particular. Schaefer admitted that he had a large preoccupation with death, sometimes reaching the point where he, quote, didn't know what was fact and what was fantasy.
That's scary.
It gets scarier, unfortunately. Much, much scarier.
That's
Because
terrifying.
these are just the thoughts of a young boy.
Right.
You know, you still have that hope that maybe this is like a phase or maybe
Mhm.
just intrusive thoughts.
Right.
But nobody really knew how bad this kid was because he was really good at projecting that nice guy,
Right.
you know, to the world. And
Mhm.
he wasn't okay. He's not okay.
I lived in Nashville, but we moved to Georgia. You lived in Sexton Woods, which is off of Peachtree, I guess, Big Street. And I went to Sexton Woods Elementary School, and then I went to Our Lady of the Assumption, and then I went to Marist for the beginning of my first year of high school, but then we moved to Florida. But you know, I grew up in the Catholic school in Assumption, and played league ball with the Catholic League in Atlanta in 1958, 59, and 60, and would have gone to Marist Military School with all the other guys from Assumption. They either went to Pius X or Marist. That's all you went to. And then we moved down here, and I went to the Catholic school. Did all the normal things, mostly sports. You know, Catholics are very big on sports. You know, basketball and football, especially in the Catholic League. I don't know what it's like now in Atlanta, but back then it was you had the private school circuit where all the different private schools had their own league, and we played Westminster and all the different, you know, private Catholic schools and private Christian schools. Well, that was my thing. I was a golfer. I played at Chastain Park, and I was at Chastain Park when I wasn't doing anything else. I was at Chastain Park hitting the golf balls and hunting and fishing at Murphy Candler. They made that into a park, but before it was a park, that's when I lived there, and they had the lake, and you could go up there and shoot the 22s and fish for brim and bass in the Murphy Candler Park Lake. And I'd sneak on Peachtree Country Club and fish in their lakes, you know, stuff kids do. In Atlanta, it's like when you're going into puberty and you start discovering about sports and you get into this male bonding thing, and we're on the basketball team. I was a starter, and I was on the football team. I was an end, and golf was coming up for high school, and I had to get out there and get ready to be on the golf team. You know, and Atlanta had a good golf program. Junior golf has always been big in it. My father worked for Kimberly-Clark Corporation, paper manufacturer. He was a salesman for them, and everything was fine. Well, Sexton Woods is not like a low-class area, you know. My dad was a good salesman, one of their best. I'm the eldest brother, and I have a younger brother. Family of 3, mom and dad and the dogs.
Get to know the family.
Went to work, a 9-to-5er, working for the Kimberly-Clark in downtown Atlanta, and occasionally being on the road, you know, as sales meetings and that. And, you know, going to Catholic school and coming home and doing your homework and doing sports. Going up to the lake, what's the big lake? No, I didn't have an abused childhood or anything like that. Regularly good childhood. I didn't even know what marijuana was until I got into university. My parents were very strict, straight up Catholics. I mean, Catholic school, mass every morning, mass on the weekends. You go to Sunday church. You don't do anything before you go to church. You know, straight up Catholics. They were Catholics before they got married. They got married as Catholics, and they're raised as Catholics. And you know, Catholics see everything sort of like black and white. The sin is over here, and the correctness is over here, and there's no gray area in between. That's how Catholics are. And of course, growing up that way, and being in the Catholic elementary school and the Catholic high school, I had a very, very black and white view of the world, what's right and what's wrong. And I didn't learn to equivocate until I got to the university for gray areas. But that's how I was raised. I was raised very strictly in the Catholic Church. In fact,
How many times did he fucking say the word Catholic? God dang.
Too many times.
Oddly
It
enough,
was
he's got
between.
that's like a really interesting interview.
Yeah.
As far as serial killers go, that's a really interesting interview, and you can tell like he's got like this idealistic version of his childhood, which obviously isn't true, right? Like, and you know the way he's
Right.
telling his story, like he's very articulate, and he's happy to be telling his story right there. Like, there's no hesitation. You know, he's just like that's crazy. Like in that situation, you know what I mean? Like for him to be doing that. So
I mean, honestly, I felt like it was too long because of, like, he would not shut the fuck up about Catholic. But, I don't think I've ever
well, yeah,
heard
no,
of
it's a
a.
he's like he's psychologizing right there. Like the way that his
Right.
parents tried to make him view the world, and then he got to college and made him question everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I just never in my life heard of a three-named killer freaking talk like that. I'm just like, who the fuck is this dude right now? Jesus. Fucking hell. It's a weird way to pause it, but okay.
The Schaefers moved to Fort Lauderdale, Florida in 1960, promptly joining the local yacht and country clubs. And Gerard Jr. met his girlfriend Cindy when he was 14 and saw her steadily for the next 3 years. And this is the most dysfunctional teenage relationship ever.
Ew.
Now, they were lovers, but Cindy would only perform in scripted scenarios, demanding that Schaefer tear her clothes and each time they had sex. When he balked at continuing the game in 1964, she dumped him. He didn't even want to do this.
Cindy. Come on now.
Oh boy.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Could
so
you
he
pause
wasn't into it, even though
Pause
he
that. I need my brain load of that information.
I kind of felt like I was about to throw up in my mouth right there.
It kind of broke me. Like, what kind of weird kink does this girl have?
I'm sorry, did we finally find something to break Dragon?
No, the thing is, I hear a lot of weird shit of.
Yeah.
I cannot not pinpoint which one, but I hear too much of like through YouTube, like Reddit, of like one of them is acting like a baby, and like they ask the boyfriend to take care of them as a baby or a child, like
Or people acting like fucking actual dogs or cats.
maybe
Like,
and the girlfriend want to be that kind of stuff, like no thank you, I don't like this. Like no, and they will dip out. But this one of bloody hell, she got lucky because this like his stage 2 like of slowly become a murderer. If
now, what you did kind of miss of what Steve and Megan has said in the beginning. There's gonna be at least 3 parts of this
I can
Top.
tell the part 1 and part 2 and part 3 up there.
Yeah, it's I guess it's that fucking big.
Oh shit.
I
But
do think it's important to say like they're like that, you know, we're not kink shaming, you know. It's like,
Right,
you know,
right.
what people do in the bedroom, you know, is like up to them. I mean, I could see how it could be like psychologically damaging to this guy. It's really weird, and I question whether it's entirely true that she like dumped him. I mean, it could have happened, you know,
Right.
but that could be like traumatic, you know.
the thing is, I never have any like girlfriends at all. I never been in a relationship. But if someone tell me to do this kind of stuff, no, absolutely
Oh,
no.
I've had people, my partners have asked me to do some pretty strange stuff. I wouldn't repeat on it right now, but be like, you'd be
Don't.
surprised. Uh,
I'm gonna get some food. So, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
so I mean, yeah, it's out there. Like people want what they want in bed. But you know, the key thing with this guy too, and what I was saying earlier, is he's embellishing a lot of his story, and you can tell he is. You know, he's pumping it all
Right.
up. You know, so I don't know how far we can take that, of being like, okay, how much of this is true, and how much of it is him like just embellishing in his mind. You know.
Yeah, not only that, but like I feel like he's also trying to make people think like, oh, nothing happened to me, so you know, I'm just doing this for fun or whatever. But I don't know. He's changing the whole fact of, yeah, he had a pretty shitty childhood, and some things like that can, in fact, make you do fucking weird ass shit. Or shit being a killer. But then he's just sitting there like nothing ever really happened in his life. When we all fucking know that's a lie.
Right.
It's weird. I don't like it. I love this look though of fucking Megan just like, I'm gonna fucking smack you after we do this video kind of a look. I love you, Steve and Megan.
It had already started to have some
type of feelings for
some
that kind
tendencies,
of thing.
yeah, but he wanted a normal relationship with her, and she wasn't not down with it.
Cindy was
Cindy's a freak.
whoop whoop.
Hey, and I'm not freak shaming. I'm
No, not at all.
I mean,
But-
I'm not a freak, but so the same day, Schaefer went into the woods and played his bondage.
I'm sorry, but her face. She's like, motherfucker, what? Only you lie.
And then
That was-
cut quickly to the scene in the woods. Yeah, that's good.
Yep, definitely.
Games again for the first time since leaving Georgia. Yearbooks from St. Thomas Aquinas High School list Schaefer as a member of the football team in his sophomore and junior years, but no one remembers him playing or joining in any group activities.
What?
Yeah.
Did he? Wait.
I don't know.
Did he just like squeeze into pictures for the yearbook or something?
The majority of this story is coming from it's kind of like an online website book.
Okay.
And it goes into great detail. And a lot of these are actual accounts from people who knew him.
Wow.
And
Okay.
nobody remembers him actually
Like playing
any sports
that
or
he
being
was,
in activities.
quote unquote, a part of.
Yeah. So it's very
Weird.
strange.
Okay.
The classmates recall him as being a loner, labeled, quote, weird and, quote, out of it. And one noted that Schaefer, quote, would practically stand on his head to see up a girl's skirt. In class, he angered the nuns by questioning religious dogma, once writing a long essay scientifically challenging the virgin birth of Christ.
Oh, wow.
And this is back in the 60s.
The 60s, yeah.
So people didn't really do that back then. Or actually, it might have been the 50s.
I'm a priest. Yeah, I had some problems with the Catholic Church's structure. It's too dogmatic, and they don't invite you to question the dogma. And I'm a questioning, sensitive person. I'm a creative person, and I have a good imagination and a good mind. I want to be able to go to the priest and say, what's the story on this? Virgin birth, right? How do you explain this? What's the story? Give me some books to read about this. And they don't want to hear it. They, whoa, Okay. And that's how come I didn't go. I had golf age 12 and 13 and 14, that age right in there, 11 to 14. The first kiss was at a high school dance in Fort Lauderdale. I remember it very well, out underneath the ficus tree. I can even tell you what she was wearing. It was lovely. She was one of the girls at the Catholic school. But as far as, having sex, there was none of this sexual stuff like that goes on in the schools today. And everybody's, wearing little brief costumes and everything. You didn't see that back in 1961 and 62. I had good experiences. I went, in fact, when Kathy Wrightson, the first kiss, I went steady with her all the way through high school. So until I was out of high school, I only dated one girl. Well, the regular petting that anybody does when you're in high school, kissing and petting. But as far as sexual intercourse, no, not in high school. That's telling tales out of school, isn't it? That wouldn't be very nice to put somebody's name like that into like that, who was sexually repressed and could not enjoy a normal, intimate relationship. Okay. But that's how people are, and especially in some girls that are brought up in very strict Catholic schools. I found out that are so repressed sexually that they just have to feel as though that they've been forced into it and can't say. They say no, and you just have to say yes, and you have to be forceful and persistent. And then they say, "Oh, I'm overwhelmed," and that's how they rationalize it away. Well, I'm more of a romantic type, and I like moonlight and flowers and romance, and that sort of this was beyond my experience. I didn't understand it at the time. Later, when I went to the university and I studied abnormal psychology, I began to understand that there are people who are not sexually the way that normal people are. Like I say, normal, I just know how I am. I'm a romantic, but other people aren't. And apparently, she needed that kind of forcefulness of personality to make it okay for her. It wasn't like she went home bruised and bleeding or anything like that. It's a scenario. Or a role playing, I guess, is what you call it. And probably what they do with sexual surrogates today. Officially, if you've got some problem, they meet you up with somebody and you role play it out. Apparently, this is a big business out there. I don't know what they do out there now. I've been 20 years. Oh, Lee.
Now, mostly, he preferred
Wait a minute. Did I just hear this dude just fucking say about surrogation role-playing? Did I fucking just hear that?
Yeah, that's a different kind of surrogate, but yeah. And what he's doing though essentially is he's trying to victim blame. He's trying to say because he got into the psychology, right? Like it's all these women's fault that he did what he did,
Yeah.
right? So he's trying to twist that around. It's not my fault; it's society's fault because women are messed up, or something like that.
He's at this point on. He literally just makes me feel sick. He's so dumb too, though. Jesus Christ.
solitary pursuits, especially hunting in the Everglades. Neighbor Gary Hainline remembered that Schaefer, quote, enjoyed shooting things you can't eat. Songbirds, land crabs, that sort of thing. And Schaefer sometimes played tennis with Gary's sister, Lee, which I think is so funny because it's spelled the way you spell your middle name.
Mm-hmm.
Though sources disagree on whether they dated or not. But Lee Hainline was 2 years older than Schaefer, and he sometimes crept around her house at night, dating while he watched her undress. No. She was not the only female target of his voyeurism, but Schaefer blamed, quote, sluts and whores.
Excuse me.
Um,
She is literally in her home, in her bedroom, changing. That is none of your business.
I couldn't agree with you more.
None of your business, sir.
I couldn't agree with you more. This is the indication here that I'm not saying like looking up girl skirts and like choking yourself out, you know, getting in the woods. None of that is normal by any means.
Right.
I feel like it was easier as a boy back in those days to be like, he's a boy. Boys will be boys. He's looking up girl skirts.
Especially for the time.
It's not okay though. I'm not saying it's okay because
No.
it's not. But I feel like that's a lot more passable than the peeping Tom aspect because that was even frowned upon back then.
Yeah.
That there
Like,
was
you
no
don't-
boys being boys when it
No.
came to that.
Do not.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Now, although he dated in his high school years, several female classmates viewed him with disdain. They did not like him.
I wonder why.
One former classmate, Barbara Krolik, later said, quote, "I can't remember him being friends with any of the guys. He was always on the outside looking in. As a matter of fact, the only thing I really remember is that I always had to tuck my skirt under my legs because Schaefer would practically stand on his head to look up a girl's skirt."
Coming from a girl.
Yes.
Like she felt the need to wrap her skirt around herself.
Yes.
When he was near.
In his presence, absolutely.
Gross.
In the spring of 1964, Schaefer met 17-year-old Sandy Stewart at a school dance. She later described him as a, quote, dazzling young stranger who swept her away and became her first lover, all the while impressing her family with his impeccable manners. That's what I'm saying. This dude really does look like the all-American boy.
Knows how to say things and do things.
Yeah.
And
well, because he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Schaefer took her on excursions to the Everglades, seeming amused when Sandy couldn't bring herself to kill an animal for sport. She found him, quote, a sensitive and enthusiastic lover, unquote, eager to please. Sounds so gross. Schaefer went on to graduate in June of 1964, but the romance continued, and he traveled with Sandy's family and became a fixture at their home. And for the first time ever, Gerard's life seemed truly idyllic, but nothing could be further from the truth.
Oh boy.
Now, oddly enough, even though he was still dating Sandy Stewart, Schaefer considered joining the priesthood in 1964. He applied to St. John's Seminary and was promptly rejected. Gerard himself went on to say, quote, "They said I didn't have enough faith. I didn't think it was fair." And after years of daily mass attendance, Schaefer decided that he had been, quote, under a certain Catholic mind control thing, and he left the church for good.
Well,
I find that weird that he was going to go, join the
priest?
priesthood. Yeah.
No.
See, that explains like the whole like how he was going off on Catholics, because obviously he like blames the church to some extent, and he thinks they were like doing mind control on him.
Yeah, you missed some shit that I'm not gonna repeat.
Just send me the video link. I can watch.
I don't think you want to listen to that part though.
Oh, come on. How? What the hell I'm gonna say? I don't know what then I go on here.
All I can say that it's not. I mean, obviously it's not fucking normal, but it's like, do you really want to hear what this dude did in fucking high school?
Dude, I listen to a lot of mini stuff, even movies I should never
I
watch.
know.
So, send it to me.
Oh.
Just 3 months later, he enrolled at Broward Community College, where it is said he was less than a star student. Now, Schaefer spent more time hunting in the Everglades, and his relationship with Sandy started to deteriorate quickly. Schaefer often poured out angry tearful revelations of his urge to kill the women who aroused him, like his neighbor Lee Hainline, who stripped before an open window, or another who dared to sunbathe in her own backyard. Sandy saw firsthand his violent clashes between him and his father,
By the way,
listened to the stories of his ex-girlfriend Cindy and her rooms, and finally, no longer able to live like this, she ended their relationship. He said all this to her.
Bruh. How dare she sunbathe in her backyard?
I mean, yeah, all that's bad, but what was he thinking telling somebody this stuff?
He has to know that it's not normal, right?
I don't know if he does.
Right?
I don't know if he does.
Like what?
Oh, Lee, is she thinking of undressing in front of the window? Well, she was another girl. She went to Stranahan, and I went to St. Thomas, and Stranahan is a secular high school, and she was more liberated, you know. And
I'm sorry, but you went to her fucking window and peeked in.
Well, welcome to Psychopath. And thinking, is their fault in a way.
He's
sad part
practically...
is, like...
Yeah.
I was just saying, the sad part is, like, it sounds like he kind of wanted to get caught, like, before he started killing people. Like, he's, like, telling his girlfriend, like, he's doing, you know, like, and it's not taken seriously. But it really sounds like he wanted them to, like, stop him, you know, before he started.
To be honest, that seems fair, but also it's like... He's practically... He did say that he's blaming all the women, you know, fucking undressing in front of him and shit. I'm sorry, whose house was it again? Not his?
And also, you
What?
had to
Yeah, he's like prowling around the neighborhood. Yeah.
want information
Fucking-
of. You had to think of this. Is the same thing with killers. They cannot control themselves. It's like a down ocean.
Well, yeah, but he was practically saying, like, oh, nothing happened to me. I'm blaming all these people in the churches because of what they're doing to me. You chose to fucking go to the house and look in the window. The fuck?
That's why is interesting how they think.
Yeah.
Because like even like yes, and like I understand it's bad, but the thing is, like in the killer mind is more twisted and like not
Yeah, he's
good
twisting
of them.
everything. But also, if you think about it, almost every fucking killer that we've heard about seems to have like similar patterns.
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost like nothing really changes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it's weird. It's fucking weird. People are nuts. Like this fucking weirdo with his big ass smile.
That's
she
why
got off on doing her little striptease in front of her window at night for myself and Pete Maddock and Topper Keefe and the boys of the neighborhood, right? And she was entertaining. And I always felt that was kind of slutty, you know? So that's not the way that good Catholic girls behave. She wasn't a Catholic girl. She was brought up in a different system, and she was trying to attract male attention. Her name was Lee Hainline. Well, naturally, I get turned on just like everybody else, because mostly it was a group thing. All the guys are over playing cards or watching TV or whatever, you know. And Lee would say, oh, it's getting about 10 o'clock. Lee'd be up in the window. You know, we'd go out on the yard and watch. You know, I'm not judgmental. I went over to Lee's house and made a move on her. Yeah, well, obviously she was up there dancing around looking for some attention. I think I gave her attention. I went up and she invited me right up to the bedroom. I had a good time with Lee. I was in college when I was with Sunderland. She was in high school, but I was in college. I met her at a high school dance, and I was at the dance with a girl by the name of Dee Cunningham. And I looked over there and I saw Sandra, and she was sitting there, and she looked awfully familiar. And I went up to her and I said, don't I know you from somewhere? It was a great opening line, right? But I just had to do it. I was compelled. I just knew her from somewhere, it seemed like. And she said, no, I don't think so, you know. Well, eventually I found out what her name was. I asked somebody what her name was, that it was Sandy Stewart. And I went home and I looked in the phone book, and I went down the Stewarts, and I went through every S-T-U-A-R-T trying to find it, and every S-T-E-W-A-R-T trying to find it. And finally I tracked her down. I think I asked one of the guys that went to Stranahan, you know. But I called her up and I got a date, man. You know, I'm not bashful. If I like, I might call them up and say, let's go out. And that's what I did with her. And we hit it off very well. And we went steady for about a year. A lovely relationship. That's right. Around the end of 65, maybe September or so, because she was going off to New College. And I was staying at the college where I went here in Florida. New College is on the other side of the state. So we broke it off. No, she was going away to school, and you can't go steady when somebody's in Tampa and you're in Fort Lauderdale. It was very amicable. It's that we had a great time together, and it's time to move on. Complicate things by trying to remain steadies, but there was no animosity or anything like that. I was hurt naturally, you know, because I take a much deeper interest in my relationships. Sandy's she's flighty and superficial in her relationships, and she moves around, bounces around from one to another, whereas I'm a one-man, one-woman type of person, because that's the way that I was raised and trained in the Catholic Church. I always blame it on the Catholic Church, just like Frank Zappa and every other Catholic guy that gets hooked into this one-man relationship. He said, yeah, I've got to blame it on the nuns and the priests, because that's what they taught us. And I was just not taught to be promiscuous. If you had a relationship that was emotional and sexual with somebody, it was a commitment, and you made a commitment to them, and you were their friend and their lover, and promiscuous. If you had a relationship that was emotional and sexual with somebody, it was a commitment, and you made a commitment to them, and you were their friend and their lover, and you didn't stray, you know. Here's what happened.
Schaefer begged and pleaded for her to come back. He even went on to stalk her while she dated other men, before he finally gave up. And next, Schaefer confessed his homicidal urges to his creative writing teacher, who in turn referred him to the college's counselor. He told Dr. Neil Crispo he wanted to join the army because he, quote, would like to kill things. I even like to shoot at cows now. Now, Gerard at some point had begun to kill livestock, cutting off the heads of the animals with a machete before he would cook their carcasses.
Oh.
Ugh.
Ugh, bro.
Yeah.
No.
I felt so weird writing that.
No.
Is that problematic for you?
I mean, like you hear with most serial killers or, you know, people with those type of tendencies that they kill animals. And like, that's one of the signs, you know, along with wetting the bed and like all these, you know, all these other things.
Wetting the bed, starting fires, I don't remember.
Killing animals.
Killing animals. Yeah.
Torturing animals.
No, I think that falls under killing animals. I
Does
believe
it?
it's
Okay.
those three things.
Okay.
But yeah, this is really bad.
But that's too far.
It's
It's too far.
just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because now we've gone from self-pleasing through torturing oneself to peeping toms and wanting to kill the girls that you're going out of your way to watch,
Because
to-
it's their fault.
to killing animals for no reason, to then killing animals, beheading them, and having sex with their dead bodies.
Sir, too much.
I mean, nothing in this is going to get better as we go.
Oh, I know.
I think we have like a little light period in his life,
Oh, God.
but that's about it.
So if anyone is listening to this and you are uncomfortable, I'm so very sorry.
Yeah, I mean, we are too.
Nope.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is.
That
what
was
it
pretty
is.
raunchy.
Back at school in the autumn of
It
Yeah,
is not surprising
that's all in like one fucking episode too. Fuck.
I guess
No,
it's
I mean,
not surprising.
right. Like, here's the thing, though, right? Like, this is from True Crime. My mother and I, we watch and listen to too many fucking murder mysteries and true crime shows and whatnot.
Hmm.
But like, who the fuck? Like, he
Yeah,
clearly
you
doesn't
don't get a
know
whole lot of people killing and boning animal corpses. Like,
that exactly. My brain died. So yeah,
Not
yep.
just a animal. The animal corpse is cows. Interesting.
It's not only that though, but it's like he seems like he's having some identity crisis of, oh, I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna do this and then a different thing and then another thing just to see on how he feels about it. It's kind of quite gross. Fuck.
1965.
Was not
Schaefer
prepared for
completed
this.
one semester before leaving to travel with the Sing Out 66, the musical road troupe of the super patriotic, quote, moral rearment movement.
Okay.
They're like they're a singing group.
No, I get that, but is it like a patriotic group?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I just said super patriotic.
I don't know. Okay, that's just weird.
Future movie star Glenn Close was part of the chorus, but Schaefer preferred Boston native Martha Fogg. So he could have dated Glenn Close, apparently.
What?
Now, they dated that summer, Schaefer planning to join the group's European tour, but he was sidelined by measles and lost touch with Fogg, returning to college in September of the following year. Gerard graduated from Broward Community College in 1967 with an associate degree in business administration. Upon completion of his sophomore year at Broward, he applied for and was accepted for a scholarship at Florida Atlantic University, or FAU, in Boca Raton, where he began his studies in 1968 with aspirations to obtain a Bachelor of Arts in Education. I mean, so even if he's not doing great at school, I mean, he's doing it.
He's doing something, I guess.
I mean,
in education, though,
What's wrong with that?
I don't like that.
Well, I
With
mean,
all the other things
but nobody
that this man has going
nobody
on.
knows what he's doing at this point. You know, like nobody knows the things that are going
Right,
on. We only know
right.
this because hindsight is 2020.
Mhm.
We know because the case has already been cracked.
I get that.
But during the time, other than his girlfriend that he poured his heart out to, nobody really knows most of this is going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is all a big secret.
Gross.
His grades failed to support a student deferment, and Schaefer was ordered to report for his Army physical in April of 1968. Instead, he left a suicide note in his dorm room and fled. A roommate, Jerry Webster, found him at their favorite shooting range, Schaefer later stating that, quote, he did it to help him get the deferment. So he's trying to help. He's saying that he's trying to get out of being drafted. He's draft
I
dodging.
get it. I get it. But that, like, you didn't even leave your area.
No.
What?
Well, no, because then you're isn't that what are they? Then you get in trouble for draft dodging. He's doing it in a way where they're like, we don't want you.
Okay. Well, I guess that makes more
It's
sense.
like a they won't take you if you're like suicidal,
like
and stuff.
mentally ill
Yeah.
and things like that. Yeah.
Dr. Raymond Killinger referred Schaefer for emergency psychiatric testing on May 17th, 1968. The test revealed no suicidal urges, but found that his, quote, psychological disorganization is severe and his frustration level low. I have no idea what that means. I guess
Wait,
they're like,
what?
he's
English.
crazy.
He doesn't give a
I don't
care.
know.
I don't know. Like
He
his
doesn't get frustrated
compartmentalizing
easily.
and his brain
He's
is
calm.
all over the place,
That's a
or
problem.
No, I just think they're saying he's out of his mind, but
I mean, he is out of his damn fucking mind, but I think he's got some identity crisis going on.
That's the thing. If your frustration is low, like you get frustrated so easily, is high, but to him, he's so low, he doesn't know what to do. Because of he's so calm to the bone. That is to my opinion. Like I don't.
Right.
I'm just saying shit. It doesn't make no sense. But the thing is, of you clearly think of about what the stuff they're saying. Like that's why he's dangerous. Like he's that calm. Like oh okay. Like oh she dead. Oh no. And, like his empathy is so low. That's the thing.
He
Yeah,
sounds
that's the whole
like
thing with like.
you can go.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, my brain is currently dead, so trying to think of
You know,
what I.
It's like
that's
processing loading.
like the thing with
dude.
like the God complex. Like that's
There we go.
the interesting thing about his interview is like he's so confident and he's so self-assured. Like he's gonna do the rest of his life
There
in
we go.
prison. Like he's been caught for all of those, and he's still just like acting like nothing's going on. Like he's just telling a story.
Exactly.
It's
There we go.
and that's like the way he lives. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
apologize. Like to me, like you step a cockroach, and like oh, there's a cockroach on my foot. Like oh no, like
He
how I'm
just
gonna.
doesn't seem to really care, but also it's like I get the fact that he's got some mental illness because like a lot of people do because like they've been treated so terribly, but like you can't fucking go around and blaming the people who try to help you.
That is the thing. But
Like
to me, this is my opinion. You can shove the like you can throw my opinion. Of his parents is good.
mm,
Like detail right here. His father is want to have a problem like a better son. Like want to mold his son into the father image. And
right.
his mother sound like like an overprotected mom. They want to protect your son in like any like harm way kind of way. I have no clue. This 100%.
I mean, there are a lot of parents that do that, and a lot of the kids that are in that type of situation do fall into like depression, suicidal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like I don't blame them, but also seek fucking help, damn it. Fuck.
That one thing. That's one thing. Oh, they've been so much like tailed down and ripped to pieces. Even sometimes it's so bad. Oh, like they go to a therapist, and if they got the wrong therapist, it will like they will do the same thing what the parents did, and they get so nervous and scared to find one good therapist.
Yeah, like they get upset, they get frustrated, like
there we
they
go. Mm-hmm.
like I get it. Don't get me wrong, I do understand that. But there's a lot of other people that you can also go to.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the problem, like with society, though, is that like false confidence that like most people have, like because we're all
That
just
too.
kind of like expected to walk around every day like acting like we've got it all figured out, and like the
That's
minute
the
that
Right.
thing.
starts to
Also,
unravel, it's like
is same thing for males and females. For males, they expected to be brave. For females, they expect males to do stuff for them. But the thing is, we are so used to like back in the olden days. From I'm just make up a number of a year, like 1984, 1985, or some of the back then men on the pinnacle of like image of sons want to be like the father, and
Right.
the daughters want to be like mother, like kind of being like a housewife. The olden days of the father do the work, mother stay at home and I do stuff.
Like
But
okay.
nowadays, good night.
Here's in I do have a really good well, I don't know if it's a good example, but something that my mom said to me the other day was when she was younger, she would constantly tell my grandmother, like, oh, I feel sick, or this hurts, that hurts, blah, blah, blah. Can we go to doctors? My grandmother kept fucking telling her, like, oh, you're a hypochondriac. So she ignored for years on how she actually felt until something actually was in fact wrong. And that's the kind of a thing of like a lot of people don't get of like what you say to someone like that really fucks them up in life.
And also,
It's
the thing is,
like,
you also have to remember, not forget, a lot of people always fake stuff. They fake it.
well, yeah, that's called a hypochondriac half of the time, but like she thought that she was faking everything because like, oh, you're being dramatic, this and that, until years fucking later she ends up finding out like, no, this is fucking actually
Oh
real.
shit. In
Well, I
my
think like a hypochondriac knows they're faking. Like otherwise, like obsessive, like something else. But like,
Yeah, that too, but she knew from point on that something was wrong and her mother kept telling her that. So she just ignored it and just was like, "Oh, alright, so I am faking, so I'm just gonna live
you
my
want
life
you want to hear
until,
something also
you know,
point of view? Um,
what?"
my brothers do not like school one bit. So me and all my
Neither did
brothers
I.
hate school with a passion. Even I started faking like, oh, I'm sick. I don't feel so good. I want to stay home kind of way, right? Like kind of trying like, to stay in bed and not trying so much. But one day, to me, it's kind of funny, but not fun at the same time. Um, I felt very, very sick, like puking sick. And like, oh, I don't feel so well. Like I was on my old laptop, my brother and I gave to me on my birthday. Best old laptop. I wish I can't find my stuff on it. um, the now I feel now I'm like unwell, so I like it's slowly coming up, and I tell mom, well, I don't feel so well. Now my mom and my brother, both of them say at the same time, like, no, you don't. We don't believe you. No, no, and I run to the bathroom, puke my guts in the toilet, and then I turn around and see both of them standing there. No, and I point like, told you. Then like, whoop, then like, no, and they look at me like, well, crap. No,
Yeah,
we did not know this.
it does happen a lot, and it's not like, oh, you're a bad parent or anything because,
No,
you're
no.
constantly like, oh, this and this and this. No, it's just something you don't necessarily think about a lot until you see it true for yourself, really.
I like to fake stuff, and I understand like most of my family doesn't believe me or trust me. And like, we don't believe you because you have that damn smile of yours. Like almost like,
Yeah, something gives it away,
mm-hmm. Nah,
and it
but
does happen a lot.
and also it's funny how I say crazy shit. Like beyond this, like crazy stuff, like stuff I sometimes will say on this not Don Bloody channel. Um,
Mm.
like I will say something, and my brothers will fact check me. I'm saying like even my older brother, like, how do you know this? Like how? And then like, and like my dad said, like, is that Don internet? Like, no, no, not often, not often. But yeah, nah, my mom like now just think I don't even like I trust kid with knowledge. Oh crap! I say my real name. Oh crap! Well, I'm gonna get blasted.
I'm dead. Wait
that's
until
like
your secret lover comes in.
It's like innate
Oh,
memory
who
or
knows?
something.
I
'cause-
probably did not say that out loud, or maybe not, or maybe I did. I have no clue no more.
yeah.
I have no clue. I know Silver said nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing, so I'm gonna make you go crazy so you can find it out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Ape, be level.
Yes.
Did I say my real name? I don't even trust Silver. I don't even trust you. You probably like.
First
Well,
name is
first
only.
of all, yeah. First of all, Ape was trying to say something, but you kept interrupting him.
Oh, my apologies, Ape. I deserve it. What are you gonna say?
That's all right. I don't even remember what I was going to say. It's fine.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
See what you've done.
Oh no.
Ruined it.
And also,
Yep.
you can
How
blame my
fucking
mom
rude.
because she was so terrified I don't talk age 4. So she'd take me to like speech therapy class to Silver. Our good friend Pixie is here. And she called Monkey.
Hello, Pixie. It's been a longest while.
Oh my
Hey,
god,
Pixie.
How you doing?
that's funny. Anyway, something.
I was gonna say something, now I lost what the fuck it was. Cool.
God damn you two. So I'm the only one who
It's contagious. Yeah. The only one with a continuous stream of
It
thought here
is.
is Dragon.
Yep.
Indeed, it has been better, been worse.
Dragon, you do realize I can read the fucking chat.
Really? You can read? Oh my god.
Jesus fucking Christ.
What?
Lots of things has happened in my life very recently, so I feel you on that. Trust me.
Oh my goodness. Ouch, my internals.
You kind of deserve that, to be honest.
Ow.
Because you're a little shithead.
Oh, please. You're my boss. And also, where's my payment, damn it?
Nah. My payment is your little secret lover freaking taking you away.
The question is if he notices you're streaming.
I don't give a fuck if he wants to come in the chat. He fucking go for it.
Well, if
You
he
know I give
notices-
0 fucks.
I do not. Shut up. If he
No.
notices. Silver, you forget.
If he listen, if he doesn't get notified, that's it's not my problem. I don't care if he does or does not. That's his choice.
I know that.
He has
but
to hit
not
the little bell that says subscribe and then hit all. Notifications all. Yeah.
That's
Yep.
an amazing plugin. You did much better than Silver, by the way.
You shut the fuck up.
Hey, please go subscribe. No, Ape is better. Ape is better. Like,
You're an asshole.
Click the bell and the subscribe button and deal with it.
Yeah, see, it doesn't really matter who does or who doesn't. They still don't get fucking notified. It's stupid.
You know what? On YouTube topic, you know the stupid bullshit is YouTube doing now? They are forcing ads into your YouTube. They are actually putting ads like part of your video. So if you edit your own video, they will add that ad into your video. So you cannot escape it.
Okay.
Well, there is a hack around that. The hack is to be unsuccessful. If your channel is unsuccessful, they'll never want to put ads on, so you'll be fine.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fair.
So you should do the opposite. I'm like, hey, just bookmark of this video and keep checking later. You keep gonna break your damn microphone if you do that dumb shit.
I'm trying to finish the fucking video, but you fucking keep talking.
Hey, I'm Irish. I found out yesterday.
I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up,
Fuck you. Fuck you.
you fucking bastard.
You fucking bastard as
Ease.
well.
Takes it well.
Okay.
Nothing supports Schaefer's later claim that he wore women's underwear to beat the draft, but he did receive a 1Y deferment for mental, moral, or physical reasons. And no one from FAU recalls him wearing women's clothing, though Schaefer insisted he, quote, was very open about it. Because back then, they wouldn't take you if you were gay or something.
Yeah.
Now, the draft dodge claim surfaced only after police searched his mother's home in 1973 and found snapshots of Schaefer dressed in lingerie. Meanwhile, the 22-year marriage of his parents was falling apart. I definitely couldn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Gerard Sr. had continued drinking heavily for years and constantly cheating on his wife behind her back. And in May 1968, he lost his sales job and things went from bad to worse. Doris then filed for
That's
divorce on
what
July
it is,
2nd, and
absolutely.
her husband moved out.
I mean,
I'm sure she was way happier
yeah.
because he sounds like a terrible guy.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't want to do that for years, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now, Schaefer, working a construction job at the time, quit and embarked on a hunting trip to Michigan. He returned to Florida accompanied by Sing Out's Martha Fogg and startling news of their new engagement. And the two quickly married in December of 1968.
Wait, what?
So he just went off on a hunting trip to Michigan and came back with a
wife.
fiance.
Okay. Well,
And it was the girl that he tried to travel to Europe with, but he couldn't go.
right.
Weird.
What?
It's
Okay.
just so weird that you would
Why
run
is
into
there,
somebody
like,
randomly in
Dead
another
body.
state.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm
It's,
like, oh, hey.
yeah, it's very strange.
What?
Now, the newlyweds moved in with Schaefer's mother and began attending Florida Atlantic University in January 1969. Schaefer was assigned as a student teacher at Plantation High School on February 27th, but he
That
soon
doesn't
ran
matter
into
at
trouble.
all.
Persistent efforts to, quote, impose his moral and political views on the students, unquote, alarmed staff members, and Plantation's principal fired him a few weeks later, stating it was due to Schaefer's, quote, totally inappropriate behavior. And he then found himself jobless for several months after, and Schaefer mostly stayed at home or in the Everglades, but his mind was working overtime.
Oh, you don't say he had totally inappropriate behavior that made him lose a job?
Well, they're saying because he was trying to, like, you know how you talk about certain people that at work sometimes that will go off on political tangents, and
Yes.
it was stuff like that, but he was trying to push it on the children, that and his just weird ideologies when it comes to stuff. So the school was like, we can't have you doing that.
We're like, yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't have that. He constantly dwelled on his failure as a priest and a teacher. Increasingly, Schaefer found himself, quote, convinced that indecent women and prostitutes should be destroyed for the welfare of society. And Gerard knew just the person for the job. And next week, Megan's going to tell you all about his journey through that.
I sure am.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God.
It's
Well, this is not starting out great.
no, it's starting out really, really bad.
Super bad. Why?
And it is. It's only going to get worse as we go.
Mm,
So
this man.
there's probably going to be some interview clips and stuff like that where I can find them that'll be in through here, because I want people to be able to kind of get a glimpse of this guy and maybe even, you know, some look, he looks like a normal person. Nothing about this guy looks off to me.
Yeah, until he starts raising his fucking
actually-
eyebrows constantly.
That's actually a pretty good cliffhanger. Like they cut that at the right point, and yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm like,
To be honest, now I feel really bad for Megan.
That's why I say, oh,
Yeah, she's.
poor Megan.
Poor Megan. Cause like I know that she loves true crime, but I'm pretty sure she was not prepared for this, and now she's probably thinking like, I
Look,
kind of want to back out.
Deborah, hold on. Look at her face. Look at the eyes. Look at him.
You missed the look that she did earlier because Steve said something, and she was like, "Motherfucker, what?" And he immediately switched it to like the woods,
The
like
woods.
Yeah.
like he
Woods.
wasn't gonna get slapped.
I think
That was a
if she ever
great
get
scene.
chance, she will slap him. She will slap him. In
So
the
many times that she wanted to do, but she knew that she was on camera.
It's kind of a thing of like, do not make me slap you. Like, yeah, guess what? We all recorded. Like, yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
Edit this out. Like, yeah, but guess
Yep.
what? Who's gonna do all the editing? And like,
Well, either that or she's probably thinking in her head like, "You're so motherfucking lucky that I have not slapped you yet." Like, fuck, man. It's her looks that gives it away, and it's just like it's kind of funny.
it slowly turns around
Like,
in a whole
bitch,
and like,
bitch, please.
Like, oh no, I'm gonna get stabbed to death.
Like, even with his face though, he's probably like, "Oh shit."
Look at even I missed the look, but right now it's telling me that I will murder you. I will murder you, and I'm gonna say
Oh yeah.
and kill you by recording it. And
Now,
like,
I do have something funny to say because, well, I kind of blame my mother for telling me this. Now that I know, so apparently it's not just me that pauses things in like different, captions like this. My mother does it too. You know what my mother fucking told me that I did not know until like fucking now, which now I want to do every time? Is like how I pause the video like this. Apparently, Steve does the same fucking thing. So, according to Steve and my mother, they both talked a long time ago of wanting to create some book of photos of like, of like fucking photo shots of like this. Like when you pause the show or a movie or a video like this and it pauses it like how I just did it. Yeah. I think that would be really fucking funny, and we started doing it on a show that we've been watching. So it's like, oh fuck. It's like, oh, I know your secret now, Steve. Sorry.
I'm kind of
I'm an
wondering.
asshole.
I know. Oh, look at that! I say his name correctly. Hallelujah.
For once.
I'm kind of wondering of he like watching the videos nowadays, and like, all right, I'm done with my craziness stuff. I'm gonna rewatch this stuff. Interesting. They know my secret.
Here's a fun fact. I don't know if you remember. Actually, I don't think you really were there. There was one day, Steve was actually in the side chat, and I paused the video to Megan, like with a big fat smile on her face and shit. And he writes in the chat like,
"Say what?
This woman,
I left.
this woman looks hot." And I'm like, dude, that's your wife. Fucking.
Like,
Yeah, I was there. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's healthy though. I mean, you should be proud of your wife's looks, like.
For real
Like,
though, like it's not a bad thing.
He look at the through the window. Oh my goodness, that girl look hot. Like, huh? Then that's your wife, Steve.
I'm not sure whether I should agree with you or be quiet or
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. Agreed.
Well, it's worse for men. You know, the game is real.
No,
Damn.
I'm kind of like busy.
You
So
just confused the dragon, which that
like,
was.
Well, women
I'm
can get
trying
away
to
with it
make
even if they're bisexual. You know,
Damon Gibbleloy,
men
I'm
are always
trying to make a
suspicious.
joke about Steve.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay.
Okay, to a woman who have a freaking funny like sense of humor, who have that will laugh at people like pain and misery. Mm, mm. Even even your brain thing that I jump on that of like what you said like uh-huh. So yeah. So you think whatever you think, you crazy woman.
Who the fuck were you talking to with
You.
that
But
shit?
evidently not me.
I was
I
talking
was like,
to
who the
you.
fuck is he talking to?
You crazy.
Damn. I'm crazy? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Says the person who has fucking, what, 4 demon girlfriends?
Actually, did you tell the monkey boy of my my dreams yet?
No, I did not. Do you want to tell him after this
Go
video?
watch ahead.
Well, after this video, we're not gonna tell him fucking now, you dummy.
Uh,
No, you mean like a Ted Bundy or
He looks more normal than that, though.
really?
Yes, he looks like a very normal individual.
Wow.
To the point where, like, there was one image of him. I think it might have been during his arrest, and he's smiling. His hair's done. He looks very clean cut. He just looks normal. But the stuff he does,
So
the
scary.
stuff he does
You
to
look
women
good.
is
That's why.
outrageous.
It's so scary.
It is
Oh, shit.
so bad.
Mm-mm.
But that's where we're gonna pick up next week, and it's probably gonna get way worse.
I know. I'm
You're-
not
and-
ready.
And you get to talk about it.
Yay.
That
But it
I-
does end up leading to paranormal things. So
it does.
we are very, very excited.
It does.
What?
But that is
What?
going to be the end of part 1.
Yes.
And where can they find us?
Well, they can find us on Instagram at @forthebooze_podcast and on Facebook at For the Booze.
That's right. You can also find us on X at For the Booze. You can find us right here on YouTube at For the Booze, and you can also find us over on TikTok at For the Booze.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cut out a little bit there, but what you get the point. And don't forget, you can, if you'd like to help the show out, come on over to Patreon. It is /ForTheBooze_podcast.
That's
And
right.
you can join the ranks of let's see, Jen Kim, Tina Madot, Joe Mattern, and then we also have our producer level of Eric Belial and Teresa O'Donnell.
That's right.
We're-
We
we're-
love our Patreon.
When
people.
we hit the Halloween next year, we'll go back to giving names out.
Yes.
It's so much work trying
We
to do that
also
on the
over
spot.
there we do another podcast. We do a Behind the Booze podcast on top, just for special for our Patreon people.
That's right. And even though we took a week off publicly, we did do an episode for them.
We sure did.
We just did for the oh my goodness.
For the Booze reviews.
Ugh, I can't talk. For the Booze reviews over there. So
Yes.
if you never want to miss anything, head on over there /ForTheBooze_podcast.com.
Yes.
And if you have any paranormal stories you'd like us to read on the show, or some suggestions, or just want to say, hey,
You
check
can
us
send
out
them too.
forthebooze12@gmail.com.
That's right.
Right up there. But I guess this is probably where we're gonna end it.
I think so. Well,
So-
until part 2. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. And we will see you in the next one.
Bye.
She
I have nothing to say. He's so bad. So bad.
Dang. You usually
I'd say
have
that's some
something
very
to say.
consistent branding. You know,
Woof.
you
Yeah.
do that.
For real. I need to do something like that, but I got too much shit in my head. I don't want to do.
So I think overall, I mean, it's a good story. I was not really aware of this guy, and I'm actually pretty
I think I
fascinated to hear the rest. Yeah.
Like I
I was not
telling
prepared.
you, oh, we're gonna talk about something, and soon as so the video of the Disney World. Like, oh wait, are they talking about Disney World? What the crap is going on here? And they just
Yeah, well,
put
no, they
that
just
guy
did the
in
whole
video.
the history of Florida at the time, which was good. That was really
Yeah,
cool the way they did
that
that.
was pretty good too. I do like the way that they did that.
They sure.
Because not everyone knows.
Yeah.
So, about Dragon's fucking dream that he had, which I
Should
find
I
so funny.
should I
Go for
tell
it.
it, or
Do
you
it.
want to tell it?
No, you
Go.
should say it.
It's your story.
So, like a decade ago or something, all this crazy drama. Like before I get back on the panel or stream whatnot, I refer this like before like all this stuff. No, this is the same time, but now I'm back here. I tell her before, and whole reaction. I'm like, so what? So anyway, last night I had dream of like a kind of interesting thing of I wake up like one of them like laying down next to me. I just stand up, like kind of like not stretch. I just wake up and like funny like wake up in this dream kind of way, like kind of change scene. Like don't know what happened else. Only like remember three things. Like we was walking down the hallway, just walking and chatting, talking or something, and like doing like this hallway, almost like a hotel rooms or like rooms or something, like in doorways or something. Now, then we was walking in one of the like close like hallways you will see in hotels and stuff. And remember I saw a like guy, like a male dude, was kneeling on the wall, and I look at him like huh, and then like wait who's this? No, and and I said like oh hello, like my real name, and like nice to meet you. And like I was confused, and some reason a name popped up. It was a like something like start with a B, something like Bazald, or like one of like a B name, like Beelzebub or something. And like I was shocked, not scared. Of like huh, and like wait, oh crap. Then like this mean like oh. No, I kind of forget. Like, oh, wait a minute. I'm talking to a demon that in my dreams. Like, not again. So, in that scared of like, nope, nope, run for my life. But here and I talk politeness. Night, I'm here to make you go crazy or traumatize you. Like, give night shock. I'm like, hello, I'm you. I want to see you, kind of way. So I don't know what happened. That I remember like in between of shock, kind of blank, blank, blank. What the hell was that?
That was BK's son.
Like blank, blank. I don't remember the rest of me to find the exit door out of my dreams. Of the like where, and that night, and I don't know anything else. I kind of escaped my dreams. I went oh Jesus Christ, and that was interesting. I think one of the most powerful demons is what they come visit my dreams. Oh, lovely. I'm curious what Sif gonna say about this. And she gave me a whole look of excuse me, were you scared? Are you terrified? No, one bit. Is almost like surprised, almost how you get surprised of and oh it's just you, someone almost try to scare you, and oh it's just you, but some is this completely different. I don't know, it's kind of surprising.
To me,
That's
it's
the whole trick, though, right? Like Satan wants to tempt you with pleasure. That's how
yeah.
he tricks you.
Not just that, is not kind of try to trick of saying hello, kind of I want to see the person in flesh. That's the only way I can see you, in food dreams kind of way. Yes, it's well now of I fall asleep and they do stuff, kind of way. Yes. Yes, ever.
Here's the thing though. It's still funny to me because like the fact that you have demon girlfriends, and yet now you met Satan. He's like, "Welcome to me club."
I believe it's
How
not
many?
Satan.
How many other or
It's gotta
how
be a
many
demon.
other demon girls do you want? Kind of a thing.
I don't know, but and like it could be a demon, but I remember the name, but it's hard to pronounce. Not pronounce it. It's like,
Beelzebub.
yeah, there we go. Like it's something like that. But it would be now funny of like, oh great, what else the powerful like leader that I'm gonna meet in here in my head. Like I'm scared now. Like what I'm gonna do? Are they gonna come through my like one of my dreams, the entrance? Like I'm kind of terrified now, and I like,
Hmm.
man, I'm completely dying of laughter if I'm gonna meet the king, not in my dreams. I'm like hello, then like, wait, who are you? And to see a name pop, like, oh crap, I'm going to die. Like, not trying to piss you off. Like, where's my egg? I want to leave my dream now. I want to wake up like this, that nightmare. It's still funny. It's still
It
fun.
is funny though.
I'm probably gonna entertainment. To me, I'm not that
You're,
quite scared.
to be honest though, you're literally the only person I know that has demon girlfriends and apparently has had Satan in his dreams.
Now, what else? Am I gonna meet the rest of the group? The rest of the trio now?
I
Never
don't
mind.
know. I
I
don't
think
know.
Silver probably gonna make a list of like, what other the demon you ever meet? Like, I don't know. I met like demon A, demon B, demon C, demon like I think I met one of them. Now what else is gonna meet now? Like, oh,
Yeah, you should write a book about these experiences.
I
For real.
could. I could. But the thing is, there's like gaps in the dreams, like sometimes. Like I only remember like meeting the person. I did not feel no scared, no terrified, no nothing. Like and it switched me over and I tried to find an exit. Like I mean like tried to dig through the floor and like with a shovel I found and like all five of them just watching like what you doing? Like trying to find an exit. Like nope. I have one demon in here that knows my name and I know this is not good for me. I try not to die here.
Now, here's the weird part. I recently had a fucking weird ass dream. I don't know what the clues are for it yet because it seems like no
That
matter
kind
the
of reminds
dreams that I get, it's like they want to show you something, but you don't know what the fuck, why, or if something's about to happen. Because this dream, not that it really fucked me up, but I'm just like, what the fuck was that kind of a thing.
that is kind of the same dream I'm talking about. Like
Well,
that's
actually, technically, there was two different dreams that actually happened. I'm just like, what the fuck? One dream, still want to question why my manager that has a nickname of the I don't know Patrick was in my fucking dream. Still don't know why. But what I can only say is like my mother and I were out, I guess, at our second job. Something happened. I guess I was being abused by somebody, don't know who. So I went to tell my
the same
mother. We
thing
went
I
to
go through.
Patrick. And I wake up from that and I'm like, why the fuck was Patrick in my dream for like what? What the fuck?
Like you wake up, like I'm like, wait, what? Like, why have this weird
Yeah. But then the other one is a little more fucked up though. Because it still has to do with someone at my second job, but it's like I'm doing my job, my mom's doing her part of her job. We're still in the second fucking store. I don't know why. And yet one of my coworkers, I guess, was like I don't know, dead above me, like up the second floor or some shit. And just blood is just coming through the fucking ceiling, and I'm like, what the fuck? So it's like at that point, I'm like, what the fuck is
Hell
this
kind
sign
of
of?
news this?
But also,
What?
in the dream, my mom's like, get away from that, don't like stop what you're doing. We just found her dead, blah
Never.
blah blah. And that the police are on their way, like we
Never.
just found her kind of thing. What?
Different. I think you're living through someone else's trauma.
You
Someone
think?
who's showing you a different part of what they are dreaming. Is the same thing of actors, like not in movie actors, but you using like the people you know into the
You
same
for
kind of way.
Right, but you forget that I'm part fucking medium and a psychic, so no matter what dream I have, it's got something that someone's trying to show me, but I fucking don't know. It's like I
That is
start questioning on like, the fuck is this and what the fuck is that? The hell? It's
that's
quite
kind of the same
annoying.
of like whale is like very whale of I have a dreams of like one of them like doing something or like something different of like wait, how you do that? How do you get
I
into that?
do have
Like
to
how do you
admit though, because when I told Penelope with the first stream that I had, I don't think she knows about the second one, but she told me her fucking dream that she had, and I'm just like, well, doesn't surprise me with her, cause well, in her fucking mind, she's always like fucking, I don't know, horny. It's really fucking weird with hers. I'm not gonna tell her fucking dream.
please
Hers
don't.
is just in the weird area. Um, but like with me, you forget like it still really does fuck me up where when Joe said to me a long time ago of like I woke up at 5:30 in the morning, was getting ready for work. I texted him in Discord knowing that he was still asleep, so I'm like, I'm just gonna send a message or leave a message until he wakes up, whatever, blah blah blah. And then as soon as I send that fucking message, he immediately responds. I'm like, the fuck? Like, could he not sleep? Like, okay. So I asked him, like, are you okay? Like, why are you awake at this time? You don't normally be awake. The fuck? So he was telling me he got woken up by, like, a little girl, and
You did
she
something
whispered,
terrible.
yeah, she whispered in his ear, saying, like, open Discord. That's when my message fucking came through. I'm like, the fuck? So we talked about it after work.
Hey, I
And
remember I tell you a story of how I met like Courtney a long time ago.
yeah, it's similar like that, but like, dude, Joe's
No, wait.
reaction really threw me off because I was
No,
just
I
like,
meant the other
the
little
fuck?
girl. I meant the
No,
other
I
little
know.
girl. Like,
Yeah, no. Um, because I still don't know. I still want to find answers of this little girl of like, why did she go to Joe and then come to me, but then show me
all the stuff.
in my dream of like where Joe and Jode and Jay, I almost forgot his fucking name, used to live. And I'm like, because when I had that dream, she showed me who she looked like. She showed me the interior of the house, the way the house was built, everything. All the details I gave Joe. He's looking at me like I got like fucking 25 heads. And I'm like, why the fuck are you looking at me like that? Because now you're freaking me the fuck out. Like, what? Like, is there something behind me? Like, what's going on? He's like, everything you just said to me, literally, that's my old house. And I'm like, excuse me? What now? Why is there a little girl showing me your old fucking house? I don't like that. That still fucks me up. So at that point, I'm like, do I really have this fucking gift and I'm just too fucking blindsided to not realize it?
I don't know. Sometimes I dream like crazy things, and I wake up like, what's this? Like, I haven't gone back to sleep. But
I
I
don't
can
know.
tell there's some interesting things you don't forget, or there's very, very interesting things. I'm like, interesting. Very, very interesting.
It does become interesting
gonna-
because
How I remember this very good until to you. I'm like, how I make it doesn't sound like crazy shit like coming out my mouth. Like interesting.
yeah, just because like I've noticed with a lot of the dreams that I've had in the past, there's some that I'm just like, okay, what the fuck is that? And not even really think about it. But then there's been some other ones that I'm just like constantly sitting there all fucking day, almost like for a week or whatever, being like trying to find answers. I'm just like, what the fuck just happened? Did I see that correctly? I think I had one dream that I woke up from, fell back to sleep thinking like it was just fucking random. And then it still continued on, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I think it was when I was trying to find it. It had a dream with Sammy, and I still don't know why Sammy was in that dream though. And I was trying to find him, was chasing him down into the church, and like towards the end of the dream, this fucking girl was trying to kill me, but then wanted me to like kill her because she was being controlled by something, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I know I got stabbed and I woke up.
We did a spear box with Courtney a long time ago because
Yeah, I
we
know.
want to talk to her, and some reason through the spear box we keep hearing growl. Like, I mean growl and something like chain being dragged or something scratching a stone wall, like or something. Like, I can explain the whole thing because it was on your side of like interesting, like sound like catacombs, like from an old church, and I don't remember.
Yeah, like I remember looking
Right.
at the color of the church, the way that it was like built and everything. Like, it was
should
very,
draw.
very detailed. I think I tried to draw it at the time, and it was like I was trying to find close enough. Like, well, no, I think what
You should draw the church.
I know I tried to draw it, but then I gave up on that. So I was trying to find like some kind of a photo that kind of looks similar as what I saw. And I don't think I was able to find it, but
I'm gonna make you meditate. Close your eyes and then like meditate. I'm gonna be a bad partner to help you shit out. You forget we're gonna meet in real life, and how are you not gonna kill us? That's the thing.
yeah, well, when we do, I'm putting you on a fucking leash.
Wolf bitch. Anyway.
And now we're into the kink stuff, see?
No, today. Fucking.
It happens just like that.
Yep, exactly. God. I think I was gonna say something about some kind of announcement, but then like my brain instinct died.
I do
Yeah. Well, I guess I mean, to reiterate what you were saying at the beginning, because there's a loss in the family, so Steve probably won't be doing the follow up for this for a while.
Yeah, that also those of you that do have my Discord, I mean, I should for some reason I stopped posting shit in the actual Ghost Discord. I don't know why.
Why?
But I don't know, man. I just said I don't know why. Fucking hell,
Yeah, fun
you
job.
deaf ass.
Suck.
But I did write it in the main Discord because technically it goes for both channels. Soon I will be making some merch from, I guess, a brand new fucking merch store that Stream
Oh, God.
Elements now has. So that's gonna be fun.
How you gonna?
There's
You wanna buy?
what?
You're gonna sell merch. You need image for the merch.
No shit, dumbass. I already have a
guys said you
plan
wanted
as
my
far
old
as.
Like Ghost by the Grave.
Well, funny enough that since I watch, I mean, I keep saying the boys because sometimes there's a girl.
Boys.
Matt in a Hat in DM's streams with their tabletop games. That DM said something the other day. I'm just like, man, you just gave me a fucking whole ass idea for like the merch for the Ghost Channel side. Which might, I don't know exactly how it's gonna go. I'm hoping that it comes out the way that I have it in my head. Now that I have the fucking shit working today, because yesterday they were
Drawing
just like,
something
fuck you.
out of your head in a picture, like in your.
I've done that. I've actually done that before, and it came out exactly how I wanted it.
I was gonna say it's gonna be like 99% to like 1%. And like, okay, like let's draw it.
Well,
like, I need a new, better drawing tablet first because I have
here,
to work from.
yeah, here's the thing though, because so the boys were trying to think they're doing or making like new characters for like some new part of the game that they're doing, or a new version, something along those lines. That DM and Matt asked a question about like, if there's like a specific like creepy, creature that you have in mind, whatever that you want to add, please let us know, because I think their theme is going to be like something more horror than it already is. So it kind of gave me an idea of like, oh, spooky trees, a creature, maybe with like a little blood with the name of the channel. I don't know, something along those lines.
The thing is to me, I always do like watching videos about like how you draw stuff. Like instead of if you want to create a logo, you need to use artboard so you can
Well, yeah.
think of what design it is. And by the way, I still love like not drawing much, so I'm trying in the future puzzles.
Well,
so
here's what I can tell you right now, though. If you go on fucking Amazon and you look at this fucking drawing tablet, you won't be able to get it because apparently it's currently unavailable now. Don't get me wrong, it's a good tablet, and it has in fact been a while since I've done digital drawing. Well, I told Abe yesterday and a few others, like, oh, I'm gonna be doing a drawing stream, and then in the title I wrote, just kidding, doesn't want to work. Because I fought this thing in the fucking software for more than a goddamn, like, hour at least. Trying to, no, because here's the thing. When I had the software up just fine. It was working perfectly fine. So I fucking plugged this shit in, started freaking the fuck out. I'm like, what the fuck? So I fixed, the whole freaking thing. I got this to work yesterday, but then the fucking software decided to, like, stop working, so I'm like, what the hell? I feel like Plaid at this point with this shit. So then I uninstalled it, reinstalled it, still didn't want to work, so I'm like, you know what, I fucking give up. That's why the title was the title yesterday, in case if anyone was fucking wondering. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just see if I can fix this tomorrow morning, and I did, so I'm hoping that it stays fucking fixed, because fucking otherwise,
Like the thing is
I'm
possessed.
done with life.
Thing is possessed. Like, oh my god.
Well, it's mostly because when I plug this in, the pen thing pops up on my screen. I'm like, okay, but then it closes the software, and I'm like, why? Why
What
you
that
gotta
do to
close
you?
the software?
Like,
For real
It's
though, but
demons.
it. I blame it on the demons. How fucking dare you?
I can't say
Fuck.
nothing.
Well, hey y'all, I got to head out, but it's been fun.
Same here.
Alright. Glad to have
I'll
you
see
back
y'all
on
later.
panel.
Yep, it was great. Have a good rest of the stream. I'll see you later.
See you later.
Yep, no problem.
I was gonna say and then I cannot say nothing. It's like I'm too scared to piss them off because they have filters. I don't. They can
Well,
come to my
yeah,
stream.
that is true also.
And also they probably have friends in maybe high places. So no thank you.
Yeah, they will probably kick your ass.
Oh, and they probably invite the friend like, hey, you want to see the person I'm spend time with now? Come.
Yeah, so Chelsea,
Oh god.
that
What
since she has a fucking another goddamn cat, basically she got me and Penelope saying I told you so many times, where she was like, Brian's family doesn't know that I have Luna, and we're both like, why don't you just fucking tell them? Because if you don't, shit's gonna go down and there's going to be a huge argument. Well, what do you know? We told her so fucking 3 times. She doesn't listen. So
My head hurts. Talking about her now. My head hurts. Like seeing you say the word, I'm like, dumbass.
here's the other thing though. She knew that we were right in the first place because she fucking kept trying to call me on a not on Tuesday, on a fucking Monday, crying. I'm like, first of all, she's calling me at work like 5 fucking times. I'm like, I can't answer you. She's like, but I need you right now. Like, I have to talk to you. No, you fucking don't. Not right fucking now. You know I'm working. Shut the fuck up.
Like, why you are here? Why you are calling me?
Well, I did say, like, are you trying to get me in trouble? Like, are you trying to get, have me lose my fucking job? She's like, no. And I'm like, then shut the fuck up and quit calling me right now. And she did. But it's like, after that, got in the car with Penelope, had her on my headset, crying, and telling Brian to constantly shut the fuck up, this and that, blah blah blah. She deserved what she got, but also that doesn't make it right for Brian's family to abuse her and the fucking cat too. Like, she deserves it, but at the same time, she kind of don't. That cat is now. So, Brian's mom decided to try to take Luna away from her by, like, ripping the cat carrier out of her hand. And she was still holding on to the fucking handle. His mom makes me want to smack a bitch. Grabbed the carrier by the sides and started squeezing the cat while the cat's in the carrier.
Oh,
Yeah, she was trying to hurt the cat.
you're a dumbass.
Yep. So Chelsea took her to her back, like her, I don't know, her fucking bio mom's place, and she's like, she seems to be fine. Okay, but the cat's fucking now terrified, and she's a 4-month-old.
Yeah.
It doesn't give anyone the right to fucking, like, she told me more than once that she was really close to calling the cops on his family. And I was like, you fucking should have. They're abusing the cat. They're putting hands on you, leaving marks and shit. And treating you like a fucking, like Cinderella practically at this point. But then her husband doesn't make anything better. He apparently has sided with his family over his wife. But also, he threw me under the fucking bus, even though he was high as fuck. But that does not make it right for him to throw me under the bus. He said to his family, "Oh, it's one of Chelsea's friends' cat, named with my real name." And I'm like, motherfucker, first of all, I don't have room for a cat. Unless the cat wants to stay in my closet. I mean, there's really no room in there either.
I think that cat
Like,
you treat that cat probably more respect than you ever would instead of not
the
dressing
cat is more friendlier, but like, I still feel bad because it's like, she didn't really know that she was getting a cat. Because technically it was a surprise early birthday present by her bio mom. So technically it's fully not her fault, but also it's like, you waited, or no, she's had the cat for like a week, 2 weeks and a half, and the family found out and started arguing this and that. They threatened her to get kicked out if she doesn't give Luna away. And fucking Brian didn't even defend her. I'm just like, what the actual fuck right now? Like, I've got a freaking whiny ass bitch constantly crying and whining at me when she knows that this was gonna be the consequence. She's a fucking year older than me and acts like she's fucking 10. God. Drives me fucking nuts. But then, today, I don't even know.
You sound like I give up. I give up.
I do give up because I have a bitch at my second job that she's just a straight up cunt. And she shouldn't be here. She keeps fucking. She thinks that she's a superior of everyone. She was not thrilled when I told her that that was my mom's daughter, and she was like, "Welcome to hell." Yeah, thanks. It's your hell. Fucking did I have to deal with, you bitch. Fucking comes in from a goddamn dead store. You don't come in from a store that, like, barely is even doing any good, and then come in and revamp the entire office with your ugly ass motherfucking chair that barely even leave the office, but then tell people what to do. Expect like you think you know what you're doing at this store. Nah, doesn't work like that. Sorry, bro. And she wonders why my mom doesn't work for fucking file maintenance anymore. Gee, I wonder motherfucking why, you cunt. Fucking walks into people's conversations and just watches over you, and it's really annoying and quite creepy. But also complains all fucking day how systems are down. Oh my god, the systems are down. We can't put tags up. Shut the fuck up. You already know like 100 fucking times. God. I don't know how old she is, but she ain't fucking acting her goddamn age. Mind you, I'm sorry, but who the fuck comes in to a live store from a dead store looking like a person that should be working at a front office of a goddamn dentist?
Hmm.
Fucking, I cannot. She wears a vest, and whatever is like beneath the vest straight up looks like she's someone who should be working at a dentist at this fucking point. But her voice reminds me of Chelsea's, so it's like I can't win.
Is it high pitched voice? I'm like, hi there.
High pitched, whiny ass, fucking annoying voice, yeah. Like, she kept
You just
coming
remind me of
into
a
my
friend,
aisles.
like a person who. Did I tell you this? Hold on.
I think you did,
Did I
actually.
tell you this story? I play a game with one of my friends.
Yeah, you
Okay, good. So you
actually
know what I'm
did.
talking about. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. Kind of tell the people. Oh, no, it was a game. It was called Bigfoot game. Of you played as Bigfoot or your friends. We'll play the AI version. So one of us is the Bigfoot. I was with her as a human, and I put a bear trap in one of the doorways because that Bigfoot can break the door down and will come around the corner. So I put the bear trap in a perfect spot, and I said, I don't have the recording no more. I do not. I have no clue no more because I'm cleaning. I just probably got cleaning stuff and never realized. But anyway, I tell her with loud and clear, like, hey, I put a bear trap out there. And she walked into the bear trap and got pissed. Got so angry of like, dragon! Like, ooh, I'm gonna kill you, become Bigfoot. Like, oh my god. My head. And next round is her. And guess what? Guess lovely what? She was struggling of how to use the controls of Bigfoot. Like she was truly struggling of like I don't know how to move. Like how do I find you guys? Like or then like even she was saying I'm gonna kill dragon. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm like you don't know how to use the controls, and like 5 or 2 minutes, she got so frustrated and leave the game. She leave the game completely. Like well then, we're done here.
Fucking, I'm dead.
That was entertainment.
Here's the thing, though. This bitch. I told my fucking dad about it earlier. This bitch, last week on a Thursday and a fucking Friday, technically also on a Saturday, complained all fucking day about the whole tag thing. But mind you, over the intercom in the grocery store, she's constantly like repeating it. So I'm like, great, I'm dealing with a Chelsea number 2. Cool. Fucking love my life. Not fucking really. Like, I hate her. My mom hates her. And it's like, actually, the entire store hates her.
Oh.
The entire fucking store hates her. And, like, I cannot. One of our managers, his name is Mike. He's funny. He's too funny. Apparently, there was, one day, my mom, like, she was asking questions about her position, this and that, and they're like, well, your position shouldn't be changed. Well, he walks by, and she's like, right, boss? Literally kissing his ass. He stops, peeks his head in, and says, blah 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 told me how much she loved how you changed the place. And my mother was like, you motherfucker. Because he threw her under the bus. And I was like, oh, this motherfucker did not. But, like, it took my mother literally 10 minutes to be like, not working for this motherfucker if she thinks that she's my superior. So she's now working for a different manager or person in the store, but it's like, bro, what the fuck? Even our other coworker, David, hates her. Like, he's funny and everything, but like, he hates her. Fucking Tom hates her, and he's like, where is she from again? And I'm like, the dead store. He's like, right, the dead store. She doesn't know what she's doing. I'm like, yeah, exactly. But here's the problem though. Reason why that we couldn't do anything with tags at all last week was because we got cyber attacked. All the Stop and Shops, I think Shaw's and some other stores ended up having with them too. What I didn't know was apparently almost every fucking store, grocery store like Trader Joe's, I don't know about Walmart, but I know Shaw's and fucking Stop and Shop and some others. All their deliveries come from one fucking warehouse. Didn't even know that. And I'm like, great, because here's a problem. Not only did we all get cyber attacked, but our payroll from last week was all fucked with both of our jobs. And, mind you, couldn't print tags, couldn't get into the system. You can't get any deliveries. So, someone, don't know who, was someone not only hacked the system, but hacked everything. Including, like, pay stubs. Fucking just everything. Like, we were so fucked. So, my mom literally has a video on her phone that our produce department barely fucking empty. You can't stock them because we can't get deliveries. And I think I overheard somebody said that it's still down. So I'm like, it's been more than fucking how long and it's still fucking down? Jesus goddamn Christ. I guess like the warehouse is also having an issue. So it's like, that doesn't surprise me none. But it's like, right after a new president gets chosen, this shit happens. The actual fuck. Like, I don't think they realize, like, this fucked us up. But also, here's the other fucked up part. Let me ask you this. If you went to a shelter and you seen a vicious dog, would you adopt it?
No. What?
Exactly. So,
Oh.
one of our managers, grocery managers, he ended up going on vacation. I don't know what the fuck that sound was. Reason why he had to go on vacation, because this is a fucked up part. When David was telling us this, he started chuckling. I'm like, I'm more concerned right now. So apparently someone's stepdad or dad, whoever the fuck, got murdered. And the way he got murdered is a very fucked up way, because I'm like trying to think on how the fuck did this even happen? He said something about the person was being jumped. He was taking the dog out for a walk. In the fucking. So the dog that he had was a vicious pit bull. I'm thinking in my head, since you knew that it was vicious, why would you keep the damn thing? So apparently, I think it had to do something with the fact that the dog has gone mad, which a lot of vicious dogs do, and the dog ended up murdering him. This is where he started chuckling, and I'm just like, why is he chuckling? The head of the person was about 5 feet away from the body.
What?
Uh-huh. So I think on what happened was the person must have just tried to take the dog out for a walk. The dog was super fucking hungry, and since he's a vicious dog, decided to kill the owner. I don't know if I feel like the dog might have just chewed the fucking head off or something, like just went right to the fucking throat. Now, mind you, this is like outside of like a neighborhood. So I'm just like, first of all, yes, the dog did get put down, which is a good thing. That's one way to fucking die, though.
Mm-hmm.
Get fucking killed by your own dog that you decided to adopt because you're like, oh, it's vicious, I'm gonna try to fucking turn it. Nah, bitch, I don't think you realize, especially that it's a pit bull. If you get a pit bull when it's like a puppy, it can grow up as like how you trained it.
The thing is how you treat it, though. Like you
Yeah,
treat
that
it.
too.
Like if they say this, treat it like poorly, that dog will become poorly. But
Right.
like a lot of people, and I keep forgetting. Like, it's funny if you type in peoples, you will see them cute, like cuddly kind of way, even give
Like,
you a
oh my god,
smile.
they're so cute, this and that. Well, here's the thing now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Someone that we know, he's got a pit bull, but he got the pit bull when
Was
he
wild.
was like a puppy. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that dog is a dumbass fucking pit bull I've ever got to admit. He's an idiot. His name is Cash, but he's an idiot. Cute, but an idiot. Like our fish, for example. He's also a dumbass. Fucking trying to save his ass twice this morning. Like, dude, are you trying to commit suicide? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Mhm.
Fucking honestly, I don't understand. Like, not that the dude deserved it, but like, that's gotta be in the section of 1,000 ways to die. Fucking goddamn. Because my mother and I were just like, what the fuck? Oh
Yeah,
my god, like, I
the thing is,
cannot.
some of the horror movies we've seen is kind of revolve around dogs, and
Yeah,
I'd be not surprised there's a whole story about a dog. I'm not surprised.
well, right, because here's the thing, right? There's also times where not just dogs, but other animals, they get rabies and they turn into fucking psychopaths.
Not just
There's
that.
nothing you can do.
That's just not just that. Like some animals they come across, like it was extremely dangerous, but they kill it. They
Mm,
find out like, this animal did not got nothing. Like it's just feeling like one day he want to kill people, some crazy reason.
yeah,
It's the same.
it's like,
Oh, I don't know. You probably like keep your ears. Oh, there's a crocodile, but I don't know where. But this crocodile is so used to eating humans, and
yeah,
it
my
was
mom
like
actually ended up. I, My mom actually said something about a story like that.
Like there was a little girl who was taking her cow, like drinking water, and she never seen this crocodile or saltwater or crocodile or whatever the species name is attack, miss by inch, grab the cow in by her. I mean, miss by inch. Nah,
Mm,
and the crocodile did a deathful stop, look up, drop the cow, and just look at the little girl. Realize damn, I miss. I'm supposed to be aiming for the human. But that crocodile got captured though. This crocodile
good.
only ate by 5 humans. That's it. But to me, it's crazy how to some of the people on Earth. I don't know you think of it. I don't know you. I do know you don't think of this. Some people think crocodile is not that intelligent, but they are.
Oh no,
They are
they
intelligent.
really are. Yep. I know that they're like, this is why I don't really like zoos, because like you don't know what's gonna
Like
happen.
that crocodile, if you've been let's say this, if if you treat that crocodile poorly, that crocodile will have your number. It will remember you. It will remember every
Hmm.
single detail of you. And I'm I remember you. And I will remember you. This is the same thing of I heard a story is on YouTube. Just type like stories of crocodiles, gators. This woman who want take a break of her husband. Her husband was abusive or something. I don't remember in part, but I just wanted to take a break of life and just go travel around with her friend. She go on this special not to travel around with the river coast whatnot, and
Mm.
she was traveling, and the person who found this beautiful like hill waterfall. It was beautiful. And they had to take a small boat, but before she left, the captain of that ship tell her ma'am, be careful, don't swim out there, stay on the boat, there's crocodile nearby. So she that swim, and they swim, and her friend have heels, kind of swim around, and to me this stupid at this point of this crocodile appeared out of nowhere, attack both of them, and she grab her heel and throw at the crocodile, kind of eh, get away, and that crocodile stopped and turn around and swim after her, and they were
Mm.
fast. Then they said, and this crocodile grab her, bit her in half, and start taking her down and start eating her, and starts devouring. And this crocodile, she escaped, by an inch. And she on the boat, she go on her journey, and her friend almost side for her friend dead. And years later, she passed away. Her husband come get her body, with the wedding ring and stuff. Kind of go with the body, transport the body of where she found it. And some reason, they heard a big, huge crash. They found a crocodile, and her body is in the crocodile mouth, wrap around in cloth. That was
Mm.
that's crocodile following her and remember her scent. Remember her look, I got the person who escaped from my wrath. And just take her away. And that's the thing is I do believe this could be crocodiles in the world who enjoy of killing. Same thing with psychopath killers as human. Now what happened is actually an animal is psychopath. We remember person. I'm you escaped me. I'm pissed. But I will find you eventually. Kind of way.
Mm. It's not even just crocodiles. It's like monkeys, fucking big cats. Like they will come after you if, something like I've seen so many videos of them attacking like their owner and shit. And people
That's the
just
thing.
don't realize that.
Like, be careful. Like, you think that, oh, they won't hurt me. Like, no, bye. Like, well, shit. Like,
It's almost like saying, I fucking told you so. Fuck.
oh,
Well, I think I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna end this stream here and then get ready, I guess, for the main channel stream.
Alright.
See if this shit fucking wants to work now.
Good luck.
Uh-huh. See you guys later.
See you later.